Right. So we're gonna watch tomfoolery to start off with here. Okay. So Tom we caught a little bit of it last night, but we were sort of jumping between stuff and it was getting late, so we didn't really pay much attention. But Tom's stream yesterday was basically all about food stamps. And at the start, Zonya came on, spoke about us very briefly, and they talk about Lolly for a bit. So we're going to sort of skim through it, probably go pretty quick. And then we're going to move on. We need to actually figure out exactly when to stop watching this, because what I want to do is I want to watch this up until Foodshops starts reacting to it, and I want to switch over to the Foodshops reaction and watch it from her perspective, because she was spazzing the fuck out like all night. Anyway, let's start this.
Hello.
Hello. Let's see, hold on.
Smith seems to want to debate you, but he's not sure about what yet. Okay. Well, I'll think about that when he's decided what exactly he disagrees with me on. Okay.
Wait. Did you just add me to a group?
You there?
Or did Wake? Can you hear me? Oh, I'm on mute. Sorry, I'm on mute. Did you just add me to a group, or who just added me to it? Oh,
Samantha
did. What is this for a panel or what?
She's kind of letting the various panel type hosts and such know that she's back in the game.
Ooh.
Should be fun.
I'm excited.
Jesus.
I guess Foodshops and I are talking tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I've been teasing her a little bit in my Discord.
How so?
Just,
yeah, Short Fat Otaku defends her. Short Fat Otaku's ride or die for Foodshops.
you know, just so.
Just what?
Just teasing a little.
These people need to...
My face is super red. I just got out the shower, so...
Doesn't look that bad. No, I'm not on my own stream right now. Maybe I should get on. You know what? Fuck it. I'll start my stream. Hang on 1 second.
Okay. Beckett and Samantha was on a panel with Destiny. It was a good panel. If you're interested, tomfoolery show. Okay. Okay.
I love when you do that. Something about the way you're doing it is so much better.
That's like, there's been numerous people who have left comments, and they're like, bro, what is that okay thing that you do? That is so funny. It's from Lauren De Laguna, where she was on... so obviously you and me were on a panel with her, where we're kind of like, she was like, oh, I like... Nick
I cannot care any less, dude. Get to the fucking point here. Talk about Lolly. Let's go. Let's get it moving. I want to hear the pedo talk.
A lot of pushing back on like, well, why were you... Seemed like you were playing to that panel and
Okay,
such,
okay,
right?
this is about me. This is about me. We need to hear this. We skipped too far ahead. I was too hasty.
I'm well aware that I didn't know we were putting this stuff out in the open. Is that what's happening?
Okay.
Looks like it.
This is about me talking.
Yeah, guys,
Beckett.
unfortunately, Beckett, he's into League.
Oh. Gross. So what was he mad at Beckett for?
For sort of using language that played into your and Star's views of Spicy Chat, and sort of playing into the way you guys view Spicy Chat, which I know is an area where you and Stardust and I will kind of disagree, because I've definitely not agreed with you guys in your assessments of Spicy Chat. But
see, look, Zonya is being based here. Let's be real. Coming in, saying, gave my point pretty clearly. Didn't bullshit around or fucking strawman it. Said, I disagree with your position on Spicy Chat. It was very clear. Very based. Okay? Cool. I'm happy with that. I'm happy.
Yeah, so there's a lot of pushing back on like, well, why were you... Seemed like you were playing to that panel and such, right? So... You might want to check it out. It might be worth it.
Panel.
No,
The only thing I said about Spicy Chat was before...
Oh, that Beckett was playing to the panel.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, me? Okay.
Well, the only thing you said about Spicy Chat
you might want to check out
was
the VOD, so up
what,
to you, though.
Tom?
Okay.
And base to recommend it. Base to recommend it.
So the other day I was in your chat and you said that you wanted to talk.
So he didn't say what the only thing he said about Spicy Chat was, but I assume it wasn't going to be what he actually said about Spicy Chat, which is they go around harassing the hell out of people. Because then you have to defend that statement. I don't think you can, but whatever.
Talk about Lolly sometimes.
What'd you expect from Tom?
Figured I don't have anything to do today, so
Zonya did
figured this will be one
Agent
thing I could do
Zonya did good work
so
here.
that I could stream for a little bit.
All right, my stream has started.
Okay, this is the most base Tom chat I've ever seen. I have no idea what Spicy Chat is. I'm not a Discord chomo. So real. Holy fuck.
Um,
I mean, if you
yeah,
wanna
so
go
it
talk to
sounded,
your
it
chat and
sounded to
come
me
back,
like you
can
and
if you
I.
want.
It sounded to me like. Fuck off. It sounded to me like you and I kind of agreed.
I was being serious. I was was saying, like, you don't. I'm not.
No, I was just getting the stream started.
Okay.
It sounded like we agreed on things, like we didn't have too much difference. We were both kind of in line with the distribution of Lolly being something that has potential harm. And yeah, it's like, because like overall my position, I don't have that big of a deal. Like I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't care that much if somebody is into Lolly. It doesn't really bother me all that much. I have issues more, like my issue with Foodshops is the combination of admittedly fapping at the Lolly and being, doing advocacy for Lolly and talking about all the pedo stuff and being, then stating that she's okay with people, like with like leaving a child behind alone with a known pedophile and stuff like that. Like those are more my issues. But with like a Lolly, not that big of a deal. But the distribution has harm to it. The production distribution of it has, at the very least, the potential for harm, if not outright harm.
Yeah, I mean that's what my issue was. Like it's I don't like that she just talks about it openly. It's not like a thing that should be normalized. It's not a thing that should be talked about like it's like it's nothing. Not because it.
Oh, that's interesting. Tom says that it shouldn't be normalized. Okay. 1 minute. I've got a nice little Discord quote for this one. Wow, I'm glad I read some of this earlier. Holy fuck. There's like, so here we go. Foodshops said in Tom's Discord. So Tom says he doesn't like Lolly being normalized. And here, if we can get this to load, sure it will eventually. Never would have imagined normalizing Lolly discourse good enough for now. Does base mean they agree with you? Yeah. Yeah, that is what it means. Yes.
Is something, but because it could be if it was normalized. And so that's like the same reason for why.
So yeah, obviously, I think I've seen this bit already. Tom says in a moment that he thinks that the issue with normalizing it is that it gets rid of the red flags. It means you can't use a red flag to tell when there's something wrong. Is it your internet connection? Shit, your computer. It's my SSD. It's my SSD. It's totally fucked. So anytime it tries to write anything, it just slows to all shit. Yeah, so he's going to say that it removes a red flag and you can't use them to detect poor behavior or, behavior that's suspicious. But here Food Stamps is in his Discord saying, let's normalize Lolly. Never would have imagined normalizing Lolly discourse good enough for now. So saying that is a goal here. Bomber plays, it's nearly Christmas. Okay. I
don't want my...
Guys, on that note, like, sub, and don't, yeah.
That's the same reason why I don't want it, distribution as well. It's just because, like, the normalization part is the issue. So, like, and this is part of what I talked about a lot in the, what is it called? The Balenciaga video I was saying, with the stuff that was happening with, like, the kids. It's, like, the kid in and of itself holding a bear with,
yeah, so here's where he says it.
With, like, BDSM gear on. That in and of itself isn't a bad thing. Nothing bad comes from that. But it is a red flag, and it's the normalization of these red flags that are a problem. Because if you normalize red flags, they can't be red flags anymore. They're just normal things now, and you're not able to point them out. So, which is the same issue.
Yep, there we go. Okay, well, I think that's all I really wanted from this discussion. Because a lot of this is just abstract talk about Lolly. It's not about Foodshops, so it's kind of boring for our purposes. Because, we're not here to discuss the fucking morality of Lolly, okay? That's fucking gay. It's such a retarded conversation. Who cares? You go out campaigning for anti-lolly laws to be repealed? No, exactly. So it's never fucking happening. Who gives a fuck? Just stop. Why even talk about it? What's the point? You know. What's important here is that Foodshops is a fucking freak. We need to find some funny content relating to that. Tom disavowing Foodshops? I doubt it. I doubt it.
Like that's a good
being
thing.
gay for a long time was a mental disorder. Like something
Exactly, and that's what I'm
doesn't
thinking
mean-
about, and that's exactly what I'm thinking about when I'm saying this. When us as a society, when we first started thinking about sexualities, what is the first thing we thought about? Gays, the gays. And now, when you're trying to talk about pedophilia, adding it onto a sexuality, no, it is a mental disorder. It's not something you should tell people.
Okay,
like,
hold on.
it's okay to have this
Hold on.
sexuality because you can't change it. It's not okay. You have to seek help.
I don't know what to tell you.
What
You're
matters?
just lying to
Wait,
yourself.
hold on.
Go ahead.
What matters is what the definition of a sexuality is. Like that's all that matters. What do we mean when we say something is a sexuality? Generally, we're talking about a sexual preference. When we say something is your sexuality, we're talking about a sexual preference.
Oh, this is the epic adding P to the LGBT. Let's go.
Or like or something
Based.
that's just not something that you can change.
Yeah.
This fits both.
Yeah.
I feel like that's giving so much just lenience to pedophilia, which
Hold
is
on.
something that harms children.
wait,
I don't
hold
think
on,
it's something that you should.
Wait, let me be clear. If we've added this into like the LGBTQ, right, where these are sexualities and genders and things that we're advocating for and trying to destigmatize, then yes, that would be a problem. But we're not doing that. We're just saying it is a sexuality, but not a sexuality that needs to be destigmatized and like normalized, right?
Okay, so it shouldn't be normalized.
Okay,
Right, of course.
so and wait, I got a question for you. So in the past, people would label like being gay as a mental disorder, right? But do you
Yeah.
think they would also still label it as a sexuality, or are you just gonna like ignore that they probably did say, yeah, that is a sexuality?
Yeah, because we realize that men can love men, women can love women. You
Yeah, Tom is usually right on the pedo topics, you know. Tom is usually right when it comes to the pedo topics.
can love nothing. We've never realized that you can love a child as an adult, and
No.
that child can romantically love you back.
You're missing the key distinction.
He's very educated on pedophiles, Tom. He knows how they think. He really knows how to get into the mind of a pedophile. That's what makes someone who fucks kids ticks. You know, makes someone who fucks kids tick. He doesn't like it being normalized. He just defends and normalizes it.
Like the people who hated gay people, they still recognized it
Yeah.
as a sexuality. They just also said that sexuality
You okay? Fuck off, Naga. You are so much worse than me. Okay, do not even start.
is deviant and a mental disorder.
Do not
Just
even
like
which
start with them.
pedophilia
Speak.
is.
Being a yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point.
Yes, but you're saying that in the future there's room to just like it'll be widely known as this is just another sexuality, and I don't feel like that's true. I don't understand.
No, it literally is now.
Yeah,
People-
based
I
on
don't
the
think so.
definition, it just
I don't think so.
is.
I don't
And
live in these
a lot-
bubbles, and this is like really new
Yeah.
to me that we would call this a sexuality. I would have
Yeah,
never
it's
in
a
my wildest
sexuality that
dreams.
people can't change, and that like at best people have to take meds and go to therapy and figure their shit out to be able to not harm children. Yeah, that's the unfortunate.
I mean, that
circumstance
is
of it.
that is the minimal that you can do when you have this disorder.
You know, that's what I'm saying right now. It is like like an inevitable thing, like for them, like that they can't remove.
Yeah, but we're never gonna destigmatize this though because it's a bad thing. So like,
I didn't
and
say
then- no, but
This is like painful, isn't it? This Shelby person is actually like 70 IQ. I mean, I guess we'll watch this, but I might have to turn it off eventually. We'll see.
we were just talking about being gay. Like when they said this about the gays back then, what are we gonna say about them today? Like
Yeah, why?
we're never
did you
gonna
want-
destigmatize.
I've never
being a
said we
pedo.
should stigmatize it and be okay with it. Why are you pursuing?
Yeah, again, that was what we were talking about with
Did I
making it part of the
misunderstand?
LGBTQ. Yes,
Fucking
that's what we were
retard.
saying with the LGBTQ is that would be like normalizing these things, whereas just calling it a sexuality, it just is by definition. Like it just is that thing.
What was the point of bringing it up as like conflating it with how gay people were referred to?
That's what I'm confused on.
Yeah, I'm very confused
We're
with
saying
that too.
that because if your argument is that it's a mental disability, so it can't be a sexuality. Well, being gay for a long time was a mental disability. But
And
still
then we
recognize it as a
realize that being
sexuality.
gay is not a mental disability. We realize that now, so we don't call it.
Well, the question
I
is,
know.
the question is who
Who's gonna
said
call
that?
pedos that?
So was it that? Okay, how did this whole thing start? Did Emery
don't
say it
know.
was a sexuality, and you responded and said no, it's a mental disorder?
Yes, that's
Basically,
pretty much how they started. And I can see with talking about it or whatever. I can see that I can see where you're coming from with sexuality. I'm still confused. on
Here's
the gay.
here's another question I have for you.
Okay, look. Does anyone care? Does anyone care about this? We might just skip over to the food shop stream. So yeah, food shops is sitting here. She's been in chat, spazzing out the entire time while Tom's been having this little panel. She eventually, I think she was trying to get on at one point. She was like in the waiting room, but I guess Tom didn't bring her in. But she started live reacting to it basically as it was going on her own stream.
provoking me. You just don't know what you're talking about, Shellboner. You never looked into this.
You don't. I don't think you do. I do not think you do. I genuinely don't think you know a lot about.
Let's go to the papers. No, let's go to the research. Let's do it. Let's do this right now. We will stop and we will just go to the research. Well, let's just go to the research. Let's do it. You sit here with me and let's go over the research and you will eat your fucking words.
Yes, because if you get, well, I'm not sure what you're going to change my mind on, but I want to just understand because I don't understand.
I don't need to change your mind. I will just prove that you're talking out of your ass. You have never looked into any of this shit. I'm giving you the medical definitions.
Okay, you're giving me medical definitions, and you're giving me a medical definition because I said that Foodshops does not have POCD.
Yes, if you're saying she doesn't have POCD, she's just a pedophile. Obviously, we're talking about medical definitions here, right? We agree on this, yes?
Okay, so you're saying that we have to talk about, I can't just call her a pedophile because that's my beliefs, or we're sticking in just the DSM or whatever?
You can't say she doesn't have POCD because now I'm using this very general definition of pedophile. I agree, people out in the real world use the word pedophile in a very different way than it's used medically. I agree with that. That's of course, and I'm not trying to change the way people use this word, but I'm saying that if we're talking about whether or not somebody has POCD...
Okay, let's address this, okay? Because I don't like bringing it up very much on stream, because it feels like I'm self-sucking. But seriously, we need to point this out, okay? DSMU says, imagine being Foodshops, watching people farming your drama without you involved for over 10 times the views you get on your own stream. The views I'm at right now is what Foodshops got last night after a raid from Stardust, okay? Yet Foodshops is in Discords saying, oh, I'm just gonna keep farming this. I'm just gonna keep farming this. I'm just making, I'm building interest in my stream. I'm building interest in my stream. It's like, nobody wants to watch the spastic trans pedophile. Nobody wants to watch that, okay? People want to watch people laughing and talking about the spastic trans pedophile. Look, it's just the reality, okay? That is what, I'm just saying. So it's just such a weird cope for it to be running around saying that shit. Like, you're not farming it, dude. You're not farming it. No one watches your streams. No one watches it. You get like 10 people there. I don't know, man. And like I say, it feels petty. It feels petty, so I don't like bringing it up. But I see her say it again and again. That she's farming it, that she's getting so much attention. Like, no, you're not.
We're obviously talking about medical definitions.
Well, I was just talking about, people lying, though.
We have to.
That means
petty. Fuck. Listen, I'm smoking while I'm talking, okay? Stop.
My issue is that you're saying that I'm talking about. I'm saying if we go to the research, you will be sadly mistaken.
We have to. All right.
All of the words, all of the definitions that I'm giving here.
Let me
it's too funny. It's too funny, guys. It's too funny.
When you go through what Foodshops has said, since this is about Foodshops, I'm the one calling her a liar, not any other POCD
I don't care
when you go
so much
her,
about Foodshops. I care about the ideas that you're talking about.
You waffled on this, you waffled on that. Now you're saying this, now you're saying that. How come? What are we talking about?
Again, I've said I'm not talking about
like,
Foodshops.
You're grilling me hard on this, but the thing is about fucking Foodshops and how she has said that she has POCD and then waffled back on it and said that wait, no, it's this. Wait, no, it's that.
Yes, I'm arguing against the things that you are saying. I'm not talking about Foodshops specifically. When you say if somebody does X, they cannot do Y, I'm arguing against that, not the specific person that you're talking about. Again, I've said I don't know what Foodshops is or isn't, or what she what she is actually attracted to. I have no idea. I'm saying that based on what she said.
Food stamps is also Jesus Christ, I'm speaking like a fucking retard tonight. Holy shit. Food stamps is also actively avoiding getting clipped, which is antithetical to farming. Yes, very true. Naga, pull up in voice right now and say some tongue twisters for us. Do it now. I want to hear you with a Sally sells seashells, okay? Come on, get in there.
That's not the case, but it could be that she's lying. It could be that she's totally incorrect.
Because you don't agree with me saying that she never had POCD. That's the basis.
Do the Sally sells seashells on the seashore.
No,
times in a row.
I don't remember it.
You can't read it. That's cheating, bro.
Well, I don't remember it.
Bro, come on. You must. Okay. Okay, read it. Fine.
She sells seashells. I can't do it.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
You okay, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, have fun though.
Catch you later.
On your reasoning, based on your reasoning,
based on my reasoning of the research that I watched with my eyes that I read in her manifesto, and then saw her say the different things that she has said, and then what, my research isn't good enough?
I don't know. You don't even know the definitions. So how could it be?
What the fuck are you talking about definitions? I'm talking about the waffling back and forth on I have POCD, I don't because I did this, but I did this. Therefore, my research has concluded they never had POCD.
Okay, again, I don't care so much about that. I've said over and over that could be the case. It's not
that is what I
necessarily
care
the
about.
case.
What is this? What is this about?
Hold on.
I have said over and over, it's about the ideas that you're using. The logic that you're using to come to those conclusions is incorrect. That's what I'm talking about.
Wait, I got a question. I got a question. For other people with other specific fears for OCD, if they ever engage in like those fears, do you think they've never had that OCD?
It depends on the situation. So if they were engaging in those actions, then they probably didn't have that OCD. But if they engaged in one of those actions like once or twice, either circumstantially or like some freak incident or some weird compulsion, you can still have that type of OCD. So it just depends on the situation. I've looked into, like, just recently, because I had been going over this a couple days ago, and I decided I wanted to look into the one that I had read about, because there was a book I read by Dean Koontz called False Memory, where a character in there has a form of OCD that is what's called harm OCD, and she gets a suspicion that she's going to hurt someone or herself with a knife. And so she starts going through the house and like getting rid of all the knives. And she realizes other things are sharp, and she starts getting rid of all those. And I started thinking about that. I couldn't remember what it's called, and so I dug it up yesterday and started looking into it and reading up on it. And it was the thing with these different types of pure obsessive subtypes of OCD is that they revolve around the irrational fear that you might have that thing or develop that thing, but you don't actually have it. That's the big key of these pure obsessive OCD subtypes.
Right.
You don't actually have the thing that you're afraid of having. And that's why they have a categorization for it, because they're literally trying to say that categorization says you're being obsessive about this and it is not rational. That's the whole point of having the name for OCD and harm OCD,
people don't. There's
I would say there would be like
mental.
ways of engaging with specific things that you're
People
afraid
have
of with
such a
your OCD
surface
or
level
you're trying to get rid
understanding
that
of
fear.
mental health
That's
disorders.
like
Like,
what I read
it's
up
so
at the
complicated.
International OCD Foundation. They talk
It's
about,
so
like,
complicated. Hey, Casey, welcome to chat. Sleepy, welcome to chat.
Like she says shit like this throughout this entire stream. Okay, constantly, instead of actually just explaining the incongruencies that she thinks people has, like, she'll just say, oh, it's really complicated. Oh, the thing is that people just don't have a high enough IQ to talk about mental health issues. It's really complicated. Just shit like that, constantly. It's like non-stop. She never actually explains things. She just says, oh, it's really complicated. Okay, well, so you can't even argue with it. There's nothing you can even say in response. I just refuted that, yeah. Refuted. The PhD claims weaponized mental illness, yep. Emery is a known anti-pedo advocate. Is that true? I don't know if that's true.
As Tom mentioned, the increased likelihood
it's
that they will
so
engage
complicated.
with the materials.
It's so complicated.
Usually because they're trying to do exposure.
It's so complicated. It's so complicated, guys. Guys, it's just like so complicated, guys. Holy fuck. Yeah, guys, it's amazing that there's like 70 people here right now, okay? But that just makes it even more shameful that there's only 18 likes on the stream right now, guys, okay? So, I'm going to need all you freeloaders. I don't like doing this, but I'm going to need you freeloaders to just press that like button for me, just real quick, okay? We're just going to need to press that like button quickly, okay, guys? And turn off that pesky ad block.
I don't even know where to begin.
Like, well, if I just look at it one time, maybe I'll realize.
So to some degree, it is funny to how watch people engage with this topic. But it is also sad because there's even debates, and I'm sure there's debates and discussions among psychiatrists.
This is a good one as well. I caught this last night. This is brilliant. I love this. What she says here, this is a peak Foodshop statement.
It's so complicated.
The material.
It's so complicated.
Usually because they're trying to do exposure therapy to
I don't even know where to begin.
Like, well, if I just look at it one time, maybe
doesn't even know where to begin.
I'll realize.
So let's dissect the statement. Let's go.
To some degree, it is funny.
So to some degree, it's funny.
To how watch people engage with this topic.
Okay, so there's no point made yet. She's just saying something is funny.
But it is also sad.
So it's funny to watch people engage in the topic. Okay, why is it funny to engage in the topic?
Because there's.
Okay, so she's not giving us the reason why it's funny to engage in the topic yet. She's just saying it's also sad. So it's funny and sad watching people engage with this topic.
Even debates, and I'm sure there's debates and discussions among.
So I'm sure there's debates and discussions among psychiatrists. So we're getting to the why now. So it's funny and sad because there's debates among psychiatrists and psychologists. Okay.
Psychiatrists and psychologists, like debating.
Like debating.
Peaceful stream vibes. Hey, Narcosama, welcome.
And then she stops. So it's funny and sad to watch people engage in this topic because there's psychologists and psychiatrists debating. What did she say there? Can anyone... What statement was made? What point was made? Yes. there are psychologists, there are always people debating in every field. But why does that make it specifically funny or sad here? Nothing was said. She added, it was a platitude. It was just like, there's no information given there. Pause Andrew. I am a pause Andrew. I've heard this statement before, okay? I just wanted to repeat it bit by bit and show you guys that this is everything she says. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. You cannot notice. You cannot stop realizing that every time she opens her mouth, nothing actually comes out.
The context of the whole food shop stuff. So I don't know why you're like, your logic is
Because
this. I'm talking about in the context of the food shops. It's the only reason we're talking about this in the first place.
Yes,
Tom's trying to be exact, right? He's trying to be accurate. So someone in my chat earlier, Crazy Monk, said, Tom, defender of all people. And I thought about responding and saying, well, okay, to be fair to Tom has OCD, and one of his obsessions is being accurate. But he tries to be very exact about things.
We do not care.
He talks, if he's going to talk about these things, he wants us to like, okay, let's be consistent. Let's have a consistent line of argumentation. Let's not wax and wane on these words. If we're going to start using medical definitions, then we need to continue using medical definitions. We can't.
One of the callers think you go on the dark web to search out content. Yeah, I know.
So he's trying to keep
but I can't convince them. Like, what am I supposed to say there? What the fuck? What am I supposed to say there?
Waffling on these words,
what the fuck?
I guess I just don't agree with that because your chat. I mean, we're not. You should be able to slide in and out of it because none of us are. We don't have jobs in the fucking medical field. This isn't. I understand you're trying to be above board, but
that's what the conversation is about. It is about the medical definitions. It is about when Foodshops is mentioning these things in her manifesto, she's using medical definitions there. So even somebody said, well, if we're talking about the manifesto, why not?
But she wasn't.
Okay, shall we read this? I'll shut my chat now as well. There is no layman definition for POCD. There is no layman definition of POCD. That's a medical term or a psychological term, I guess.
What she said was wrong as well.
Well, no, what's in the manifesto is correct. What's outside of the manifesto...
We got debunked when Zonia showed us over Tumblr.
How's it not real? Well, yeah, it's not a specific diagnosis, but it is something that... POCD is okay. Boots has obviously got... This is another Boots psychology take. It's another Boots psychology take, which are always quite based, but I'm never sure quite how founded they are. I'm never quite sure how founded the Boots psychology take is. So Boots, if you can link me an article or something, I'm more than happy to accept a base take that lets me call people meaner things and discredit their mental illness. I'll accept it, but I don't necessarily believe it.
Go right for the moral instead of actually empathizing with this person struggling. They only see things on the surface level.
Psychology is a bunch of bollocks based. Boots, I wasn't here. Why are we talking about Christmas to me? It's because I said that my SSD was giving out, and Boots said, "Come on, Bomber, it's almost Christmas." If you're obsessed with a concern about being a pedo, it's because you're okay.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like actual engagement with the topic. Like, I'm talking because it's so complicated. You have to have more than an IQ level of like 100.
I understand.
Statement doesn't mean anything if you're saying we're.
Now you don't need to search on the dark web. Oh, okay, gotcha. Like you need to have a triple-digit IQ level to engage with this topic. Like what the fuck? Like come on, you have.
Well then, maybe you should stop talking. Food stamps.
Dude. Oh man.
I think that's what she has.
I can't, dude. I can't.
It doesn't change anything.
Okay. Well, yes.
It just goes to show like how stupid people are. I can't do it. Like I feel like I'm not even triggered. It's just expected.
Her own, if she has been diagnosed with this,
I'm not even mad or anything.
So much,
I just don't feel anything.
And it doesn't make sense why she would still use in her new manifesto today, or well, not today, but in recent times, that she has POCD when she consistently, top 5, mind you, engages in lolicon, which she has.
Okay, not a lot happens here. Okay, for 2 seconds. Let's go drink.
Also considered child pornography.
By the way, just to be clear, Zonia has talked about the fact that lolicon.
Wait, Zonia didn't correct this. Okay.
So Foodshops went and changed that in her manifesto to say
he's good.
He's good.
Hold on.
The way I see it, I mean, basically, you know, when hardened criminals murder people and go to prison, you know, for the rest of their lives, it's amazing the way that they consistently find God. I think it's very sus when you have this kind of a situation going on and this kind of controversy blowing up, and then you're like, you know what? I've thought about it, and I've changed my opinion.
Wait, but you were the one who said that, Sonia.
Is she comparing me to a hardened criminal?
Because it's not all children.
But
Who? What? Who murdered?
Why does Zonya's defining have anything
It's
to
not
do with what
defining. It's the
Foodshops?
fact that Zonya is correct. Is that it's not
Yes,
always
but-
children.
I just think it's funny.
Wait, is Zonya
I just
comparing me
think
to a
it's
hardened
funny
criminal?
when Foodshops defended, saying, "Well, I considered it, and I don't think it's CP anymore."
What the
Yes,
fuck?
why-
No, that's crazy.
Wait, hold on. She's not saying that what she looks at is not drawn CP. That's not what she said. She's saying that all of
What the
Lolicon
fuck?
is
What?
not drawn CP. What she looks at still is, but she's saying that all of it is not. That's all she did. It
Okay,
didn't change any of her actions or what she's saying about herself whatsoever.
Her original manifesto said, "I do understand that Lolicon is drawn child pornography," and she has changed it since then. In this such a sensitive situation, you can't waffle back and forth on stuff like this. Oh, it is or
That
it
doesn't
isn't.
make a difference because her actions haven't changed. What she's saying she looks at is still the same. It's just
So
Zonya
she looks at drawn child pornography.
Yes,
Lolicon.
yes, that has not changed. Yes, that is
I
still
want
the
to
same.
make it. Wait, I want to make a clarification.
So this is the original wording. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. Don't worry. Hang on. Let's get this out of the way. Yes, I consume Lolicon. Yes, I recognize it as drawn child pornography. I recognize it as immensely optically damaging for me, especially in being a transgender person in this space, to admit this, and especially since I believe in content creator responsibility to some degree. And then she changed it to be, let's get this out of the way. Yes, I consume Lolicon. I also recognize that it is worrying to the degree that it resembles children in art. I recognize that it is immensely optically damaging for me, especially being a transgender person in this space, to admit this, and especially since I believe in content creator responsibility to some degree. I do this because I believe in telling that, or no, the sub is already part of that. But yeah, so that is the changed wording. Just so everybody knows what that is.
Spud Gun, I sent you a DM on Twitter. There is somebody that I told them I was going to talk to them about this, and so I think they're waiting, but...
Okay, have I missed anything? What's been going on? Not missed anything? Sweet. We'll keep running it then.
But I don't know their name, so I'm trying to get them to tell me on Twitter, and then I'll probably have to just move on to talk to them. But Emery was trying to get in.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not.
Oh, Zonya pointed out that the definition changed. Oh yeah, and then they blamed Zonya for it or something, right? Yeah.
Okay. For clarification, not that this makes it any better, because it clearly does not, but I don't believe she ever said that Lolly's in my top 5.
I'm receiving messages. Okay, right, I'll have a look at those at the moment.
Of porn that I watched.
She did.
Wait.
I
She said
did.
it was top
Pretty
5,
sure
and then
she
she
did.
said top 5, 6, or 7.
I like how we
I'm
all
pretty sure I could
fucking.
be wrong,
I like how
but
we
I
all
remember
countered
I
this
watched a
person at the
video
same
where she
time.
was like, "That's not even in my top 5."
That's funny as fuck.
But I don't know. I could be
So
wrong.
in the
the
conversation with Rezi, the original one that sparked this whole thing, she said it was in her top 5, and then later on
I
in the
thought she said
conversation,
top 3 in that one.
well, she said, so later on she clarified that power dynamics would get her into her top 3, but she
Speaking of play Risk of
clarified
Rain.
toward the end of the conversation that Lolly was probably her top 5, 6, or 7th. So she said not even in her top 3.
Okay, I don't know if this person wants me to say their name. Can you just explain what's most important about the screenshot? I think I get it, but can you just run me through it?
That sounds more like what I heard. Okay, that makes sense. All right, cool.
Guys, like
All
the
right,
stream, like the stream, like the stream.
Spud Gun
80 viewers
isn't-
right now, guys. Like, sub, don't know if you can. Thank you very much, guys.
In the waiting room, so I do have to move on to
I'm out.
talk to
All
them.
right. Later.
Thanks, guys.
Goodbye.
You want me to drop off?
Yes.
All right. See you guys later.
Thanks, Sonia.
Bye-bye.
Sorry,
everybody.
I'm turning it to subscribers only.
And sorry to everybody who's in the waiting room. If you want to continue waiting, I will try to get to you guys eventually. Spud Gun.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm kind of jumping in. I've only heard a little bit of like the last 10 minutes or so of the convo, but I also have harm OCD, and so I did just kind of want to give some more definition stuff because I feel like it's
11 more
not
towards
being very
900
accurate here
base.
at the moment.
Okay. Just to be clear, real quick. Zonia was saying some things about me having OCD. I have been diagnosed with OCD.
Guys, like the stream, please.
So
Thank you.
I don't have the like the compulsion parts. And I did at a point when I was in prison, but I don't think that those were like, and that's when I was diagnosed, and it wasn't. I don't think it was a very good scenario for diagnosing. So I don't know that I actually have this, and I've always kind of said I have the diagnosis, but I don't know that I actually agree with it.
Thanks,
so
guys.
Just want to be clear on that. Okay, so what is it exactly that you had an issue with?
So some things
Okay, I'm being fed information right now. All right, guys. We had women in chat here, okay? So I'm sure one of you must know about mental health and prescription medication, okay? So we're going to go through this, all right? And I'm going to need some guidance to make sure that I'm not fucking anything up with my read on this. Okay. So this is from Tomfoolery's voice chat text channel. So Foodshops says, I'm emotionally unavailable. Abby Blackbird says, you need therapy and drugs. Already on that. Not from the tub though, like a psychiatrist. Is that a transphobic remark? Jesus Christ. Jesus. Does a therapist count? No, you need to be medicated. I'm medicated. ... So, updose, homie. Extreme Dad asks, medicated on what? I upped dosage before, I'm fine. You have a real diagnosis, like from a doctor? Foodshop says, I'm prescribed sertraline from my primary care provider for OCD. So what I'm being told is that you cannot receive a diagnosis from your primary care provider. And yeah, my understanding was sertraline was an SSRI. I have known multiple women that have been on sertraline. SSRIs with long half-lives are recommended for OCD as first-line agent sertraline fluoxetine. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. That's how, I can understand. I know that a lot of these are used for a lot of different things. I can accept that. That sounds true on the face of it. If you type OCD medication in Google, sertraline is one of the autofills kick. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So it looks like sertraline probably is used for OCD pretty often. So I don't think that's out of the ordinary. I think that's probably fine. But this OCD diagnosis being leaned on so heavily, where it doesn't sound like she's seen a psychiatrist for it, is that's a bit iffy. Assuming that we accept what she's saying is true in the first place, which I don't automatically do. However, we're just evaluating her story here. Yeah, so if people bring this up, Food Stamps has said that she's completed therapy, which is just like such a crazy fucking thing to say. Like, you've had OCD, POCD at like 24 or whatever she is, and you've completed therapy for it? You're saying that you're cured. You've gone through this at 24 and you're cured. I just don't. It's just not. It's not plausible, is it? And the thing is about that, right, is that it doesn't matter too much if it's like in a vacuum. It doesn't matter if she's completed therapy for POCD or not, if she has POCD, right? In a vacuum. The issue is that if she hasn't completed therapy, if she's not quite cured, which she obviously isn't, if she had it, right? I'm going to saying if, okay? Assume that I'm just buying into the story here, okay? So, she has POCD. She's completed therapy for it. Completed therapy for OCD. Had POCD at some point as a subset. Then she comes online and she starts saying all this stuff about pedophiles and getting in drama where she's constantly forced to defend the fact that she's not a pedophile. That doesn't make that behavior doesn't make sense for someone who is experiencing OCD or POCD and might be triggered back into it. That doesn't make sense, because you would not be putting yourself in positions, even if you accept that she would be searching out lolly, which, you know, is done as sort of like testing tastes by people with POCD apparently, but would not be done over a sustained period of time generally, and would not be an interest, right? Even if you accept that, you're then saying that she's going on streams and putting herself in a position where she's having to defend herself from pedophile accusations. That's insane. Nobody with POCD would do that. That's a fucking insane thing to do. What a crazy course of action. And she can sit there and do it like for hours and hours, relatively lucidly, you know, talk to people relatively lucidly, I say, for her. It's just crazy. That's such a crazy proposition to make. There's just no way you're going to get me to buy into that. It's almost as if she's a liar. So, SS, I'm trying to lay out exactly why I think her story doesn't make sense, because I was ambushed by female mantis in Tom's Discord last night. She sympathizes with PDF, wants to have a conversation. Not say it's a good idea, but you know, yeah, but it just doesn't. Her behavior does not make sense for someone with POCD. You can sympathize with pedophiles and want to have a conversation, but to be constantly putting yourself in a position where you are having to defend yourself from accusations of being a pedophile is like the most, obviously on the face of it, nightmarishly triggering thing for someone who would actually be suffering with POCD. That is just... That's an insane thing to suggest. And you're saying she has a sustained interest in lolly as well, while having POCD. Just none of this makes any fucking sense. It does not add up. There is no way you make that add up. Those three things do not... There is an incongruence here. Telling you POCD is not real. Look. Everything I've seen says it is. But, you know, I'm not particularly bought into any psychology stuff. I think it's all kind of a bit... You know, I don't take psychology as fact, I just engage with it. Because it's the only shared, you know, shared method of communicating these things that everyone has. I get it, but what if she knows she isn't one now? But it's not a... But knowing that she isn't one, that's not the issue, is it? Because you can know you're not a pedophile and still have POCD, because it's not like it's an idea. It's a mental health issue, right? You're like spazzing out. It's like compulsive. It is literally compulsive, right? These are like intrusive thoughts. They're not your general state of mind. And you would not put yourself in a position where you're going to have those intrusive thoughts triggered if you truly are experiencing that, or have been experiencing that. guys, look, I get everyone has issues with psychology, and I agree with, like, you're saying intrusive thoughts is a meme. I know what you're saying there, and I kind of agree with you, but the issue is that this is the only way you can have conversations with people about this shit, is by engaging with psychology as it is presented to everyone, okay? Okay, Boots, now you're saying something different though. If you have POCD, you do have pedophilic thoughts. Yes, I 100% agree with that. But that does not mean you are a pedophile. Right? Surely you see the distinction here. But you keep saying you don't have POCD, you're just a pedophile. No, you do actually experience pedophilic thoughts if you have POCD. You have quote-unquote intrusive thoughts about... You have so-called intrusive thoughts about sexual abuse of children. And then that causes you to ruminate on the idea of being a pedophile. Okay, let's get back into this anyway. We'll carry on this discussion, but we'll get into this.
This is just from like the International OCD Foundation. An individual living with OCD is no more likely, or POCD, sorry, is no more likely to be a pedophile than any normal person. It is a disorder of anxiety and uncertainty. It has nothing to do with your sexual urges
what the
or
fuck?
behaviors.
Don't say that.
It is what's called a ego dystonic disorder, which means that the thoughts and intrusive thoughts and stuff that you have are discordant with your perception of yourself.
I'm going to play Hades bass.
Extreme stress, anxiety, distress makes you very upset. Whereas someone with pedophilic disorder, it's an ego systonic, which means it matches with their perception of themselves.
No.
I have compulsive getting bitches disorder. Based. So based.
No. Regal, not now. Regal, not now. We're watching this. This is happening live. Regal, not now.
Something that
Sorry, Regal.
satisfies them. And so, like, they are completely... And so, I do not appreciate Foodshops using this as an excuse. I think it is a way to provide cover for her behavior, because no one with POCD would ever view like lolly porn or any of this shit, because it would cause massive amounts of distress and further exacerbate the condition. So I think she's bullshitting there.
It could be, again, like I don't think any of us actually have enough information.
Just in your video,
except for going off the fact that her stated positions on this seem to be inconsistent, and her knowledge on this seem to be inconsistent. So,
even Tom. So this is a point against Shelby. Shelby's kind of dumb. This person came in and gave a much better argument for why it doesn't make sense for Foodshops to be claimed to have POCD, and Tom is saying, yeah, I don't, her statements are inconsistent, and her understanding of this does not seem to be very fleshed out. And that's fair, but Shelby was giving a retarded argument. What were you saying again? You were saying, oh, you know, it doesn't matter if you have POCD, if you think about fucking kids, you're a pedo. No, you didn't say the same thing. Not true. Not true at all. You had the same conclusion, not the same argument. You're just retarded.
I think that would be something, if you guys want to point that out and say, hey, this makes me wonder if she actually has that, then I don't have an issue with that.
I personally, this is just my personal theory, I think she's copying Lav. Lav did the same shit.
Lav!
She used it to excuse...
She's not copying Lav, she's just heard it from the Misty Girl interview, and they both copied the same thing. But fair mistake to make from this person.
The lore gets deeper. Holy shit!
Ever since then, I've seen this. Multiple people do this, and I think people are just following the trend of doing this. That is just my personal theory, though.
God!
Yeah, but again, I don't like the lore statement in and of itself, which is why I keep saying, like, that's not necessarily the case.
Holy
but,
shit!
Like, if you want to say like this is your belief or some shit like that makes sense.
Yeah, that part's just my personal opinion. But I'm just saying the aspect of her explanation for having it does not match with any of the diagnostic material.
Don't worry, POCD graduates a real psych thing, and not just saying it. There is no real psych thing, though, is there? Really? Let's be honest. That's why I just don't really care about his argument. POC isn't real. Like, yeah, none of it's real. Like, I don't know
about it. That part is separate from my personal belief about where she got it from. But I think I can pretty strongly say that, like, how the conditions are
just streaming on YouTube
behavior does
as
not
well.
match
Also,
at all with the diagnosis of it.
True, that's true. Like, mental health issues are exactly like atoms. That's true, but it's very based.
For what she has described, I'm only given limited information she's described, but just from what she has said and what I know. Obviously, I'm not a doctor.
What do you mean by that?
I'm just saying, like,
wow, it's almost as if you should get an actual doctor.
She views Lolly is something that does not match.
Do you
with
say you have
the
POC? Yes, I do have
diagnosis of
POCD.
Her taking Zoloft matches. It's likely she's a unipolar depressive BPD, and her behavior matches erratic. I could definitely see some BPD here. I can see BPD for sure. Because
that sounds,
dude, every single time.
Yes.
If I have another person who says, "Oh, I have POCD, so I'm an expert," I'm gonna.
She didn't claim to have POCD, first of all, and she didn't say it made her an expert because she had OCD. She just said she has OCD. That's why she's interested in the topic, and then gave her explanation and cited the actual definitions. What even is POCD? Is that when you see a baby, you must... Okay. Nobody said diagnosis. Nobody said diagnosis, Boots. You're shadowboxing.
Actually, Kermit. I'm actually gonna Kermit in Minecraft. Okay, in Minecraft.
POCD are in different places.
Every single time somebody...
Okay, I just assumed... I saw right, assumed you're talking to me. If someone's saying retarded in chat, then yeah, sure. POCD is not a diagnosis. POCD is not a diagnosis. How many times can we... Let's make it perfectly clear. I do not think that. No one should think that. That's retarded.
Goes, oh yeah, I have OCD, so therefore I'm an expert.
I don't believe the excuse part is true, because until
I have depression, I'm an expert on depression. I know exactly how depression works.
And then after her stream with Rezi, people started pushing the...
Oh, swarthy? Do you have to be... I don't even know what you're trying to get out of there.
The clips of her saying she had POCD on my stream when we were just
it's so
talking
stupid
about
that you're not in the convo.
What comes with that, and whether or not it is a mental illness.
I think what Tom is specifically referring to is like...
Not a self-diagnosis. It's not a self-diagnosis. It's a loosely defined subset of OCD.
So, because
based on the manifesto only, but whatever.
What was all
I think it's only there
as clips,
whatever.
But I don't know that it was ever actually used
I think what Tom is doing is that he's sort of trying to protect me.
Yeah, the manifesto was kind of the main thing I was referring.
I respect him for.
He's trying to protect me. I don't know if she's said, like, specifically, like, this is why, like, A to B. But I feel like she is trying to nudge people in that direction, I'll say. I feel like there's enough evidence to say that she is... at least has no problem with that association being formed in people's minds, and she is not pushing back against anyone forming that association in their mind.
The bald guy's talking is live? Yes, it's live.
So what else was there?
Another thing was, there's a few different studies and things like that showing that things like watching CP and stuff like that does increase the risk to offend. And I see this stuff spread around on the internet in a lot of spaces that, oh, we don't have, like, all the information, but we have strong evidence that people who
somebody in chat says Tom has lost his mind.
A potential danger and are at risk of offending, and it does make the condition worse. And I just don't like seeing this.
People need to start linking papers when they claim things. Yes.
That we don't know at
people
all,
need to start linking fucking papers, okay? I'm tired of people not linking papers when they do.
But why is she saying I'm tired of people not linking papers? When have you ever seen Foodshops pull up research? When have you ever... when has Food Stamps ever pulled up? How much content? How much Food Stamps content have we watched in the last 2 weeks? Show me a paper on POCD now. I have a paper that shows that you're going to jail, pedo jail. Okay. I don't know why that reminds me of the vegan police from Scott Pilgrim, you know. Pedo jail. A specific jail for pedos.
Holy
we have
shit, dude.
evidence that engaging with like actual child porn is it makes it more likely because I think that makes sense because obviously you know that this
I'm tired of this like anti-intellectualism. Like this is like actual anti-intellectualism. You know, like whenever people start talking,
then obviously
you know when people like talk about patriarchy and when people try to justify like patriarchy and like conservative ideas and they're like I think this and I think that and whatever like that and it feels true. It feels true, but it's not actually true.
One is actually breaking a child's consent, and
until you actually like go deep into the papers.
I agree.
Common sense.
Like, why did she keep saying until you go actually deep into papers? Foodshops, you never reference a single bit of fucking research ever. You literally just talk in circles and say nothing.
Is nonsense.
I do agree that like the data is not like as strong, showing like the correlation.
Some common sense is true. Okay, some common sense is true, but not all common sense, right? So this is why you dive into the science of it, right? That's the whole point.
Pedophile if
what the fuck?
Do look at this stuff.
Nothing wrong with conservative ideas. I agree. I agree. I love conservative ideas, but the point, but the point is like, is that like, is that like we want to dive into actual science, right? Like that's what I'm saying. That's the entire point of what I'm saying is that I actually want to dive into science.
So I may like I've not been able to see someone's full stream, so like
I'm so triggered
already. I'm sorry if I missed that.
Yeah, it's what I was saying on the panel a bunch of times, and then and on this one as well. But that's pretty much been my position: is that in and of itself, it's not an immoral thing, but it is a red flag. That means that you have to like look out for other things.
I would dispute you there. I do think it's immoral, but that's okay. That's a different, that's an entirely different conversation. But other than that, I would agree with you.
Apparently, somebody wants to talk.
I do appreciate you to like.
Okay, I think this is like some really AIDS stuff now. Who was it that jumped on here?
What the? Okay, what's up?
Hello, hello. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Bingus, 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 bingus. Bingus. We're back. We're back. Yeah, my internet just disconnected completely. Okay. All right. So, okay, chill. All right, Boots may know this person. Tiffany Starr comes on here. Who knows Tiffany Starr? She's like some. I don't know. Okay, just take everything I say here with a pinch of salt. I'm gonna level. No, Boots, you say no, you don't know. You must know. You must remember from VC. Okay, no, you do know. Trans BBW porn star, yes, I believe is the situation here. Who skulks around in Discords, being deeply annoying in voice chats late at night. Extraction large club shito. BBW, I'm choosing that as a porn category. I'm not specifically. That's not my description. That's not my description. I just want to be clear. That's not my description. I'm pretty sure trans, yeah. I'm pretty sure trans. So we'll skip past all of this, because she's not a very interesting person at all. I know that introduction may sound interesting, but not really well honest. Oh, my net's gone again. It's not actually my internet connection. It's something with it's either the router or my computer. It's one of the two. It's either the router or the computer. It's one of the two. I actually don't know which one it is. Because I do like the troubleshoot thing on the network shit, and when it goes down, it says plug an Ethernet cable in, but I've got I've got an Ethernet cable in, so that's not the problem. So it's something to do with the router or the computer. Anyway, hopefully it doesn't happen again. It usually stops after 10 or 20 minutes. Okay, Virgin Stream or Virgin ISP. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay. Anyway, guys, please like, sub, and dono, and maybe I can try and upgrade my internet or get a new router. Who knows? Okay. That won't happen. I'll use it all on tobacco. But regardless, let's carry on.
That's a good standard for our community. Okay, that's a good standard for our community. I think that's what we should try to aim for our community. Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Medical definition.
Let's get back to They're still talking about me for some reason.
Sense, right?
They're still talking about me.
I would say that actually, I mean, I would say if you have POCD, it's probably it's not impossible you could also be a pedophile, but it would be quite a bizarre case if so. And right. I do think that there is.
But we're saying that they aren't a pedophile. We're saying that, like,
yes, they are not the same thing. Yes, I do agree with you. It's not like the same thing.
Well,
back to degeneracy of Twitch. Yeah, that was so wholesome, and now we're back to degeneracy. Like, so sad.
Looking at pictures that have children in them, and then saying if somebody looks at drawn child pornography, they couldn't possibly have POCD. Whereas instead, that seems to be fairly common for somebody who has POCD.
No, I would say that they almost certainly do not have POCD. I would say it would be incredibly unlikely. Like it's possible, but it is so far outside the realm of probability, it might as well be impossible. Because it would be unless someone is a masochist and wants to make themselves more distressed, like it would directly make them feel worse.
Yeah, like, so this is the point, right? Why would you be continuously seeking out? Like, because they say that's spazzing out about POCD and mental health not being real. Okay, let's take that out of the equation. Okay, if you accept POCD as real, why would you be going seeking out material that triggers thoughts that cause you intense distress again and again? They say sometimes they will test their tastes by going and seeking it out. It doesn't make any fucking sense for you to be seeking it out again and again for the purpose of enjoying it. You wouldn't enjoy it. Oh.
New router funds.
Thank you, Semaphore, for the new router funds. $5. Thank you very much.
Why are people so confidently wrong? People are just so confidently wrong.
Avoidance is the strongest behavior. Even avoiding like normal.
People are so confidently wrong.
Or like the family reunion because it's there. That's the normal reaction.
People will just say shit.
That's what they do.
Okay, logically I agree with you, but based on like the literature that I've read on this, it just ends up.
Bro, you're reading the wrong literature. That is not true. I mean, you can send me the links. I have no idea what you're reading. I read.
I'm sorry. I'm just having a good time.
I read books that talked about harm OCD, and that is a part of like that.
That's your taste makes you a pedophile. See, this is why everyone just thinks you're retarded, Jarvie.
Is one of the kind of
Wait, you never answered me, Foodshops. Did Tom let you on? No.
Sections of harm OCD, so it had like a whole like chapter about it.
Mike could be a bit louder. Okay, we can probably sort that. I think I turned it down at some point. There we go.
Same.
And I had a chapter about it. I read about.
But also, Lynn, I'll answer you this. I think Tom is trying to protect my career, and it's out of the goodness of his heart that he's doing so. Like he is not letting me.
I don't think Tom's trying to protect her career at all. I think he's just saying his opinion on it, and he's like saying like negative things about her when he feels the need to. Another month of Final Fantasy 14 paid for. I'm not playing Final Fantasy 14 right now. Okay, the nonce could be a bit quieter. Well, which one?
On, but only because he's doing this out of the goodness of his heart, and it's not because he wants to smack talk me, but I think he's doing this out of the goodness of his heart.
Yeah, exactly. It makes no sense someone with POCD would be enjoying a situation where they're being repeatedly accused of being a pedophile and having to defend themselves every night.
These conditions, like I've learned that I have a very similar type to it that's like closely related to it, and so I
understand that we can't group all harm OCDs as one thing.
No, I'm saying it's very closely related. It's just not exactly the same.
For example, Tom is like nonstop like defending.
Tell me what you've been reading, because like it may be just something I've never seen before. But
I've also non-stop defending. I just don't think that's true. I just don't think that's true. I do not think that is true at all.
And books and things about this topic, and I have never read this anywhere. In fact, I've read the opposite, that someone with it is no more likely to be a pedophile than the general population.
The reason Tom steelmans me so hard is because Tom genuinely is.
Engage in those types of behaviors.
Okay. Yeah, I got you on Twitter as well. I'll send you some stuff.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No, that was all. Like I said, I do.
But Tom isn't critical of anyone that comes on his stream. He'll sit there and just let people talk about shit for ages. That's just what he does. He's never going to sit there and go, so you You know, let's try and actually figure out if you're telling the truth about his POCD thing and interrogate her on it. That's just not what he does on his streams.
Appreciate like you being willing to like put me on short notes and stuff. I'll look at the stuff you.
Tom is like Lex Friedman. I see the comparison you're making. I see the comparison you're making for sure.
Send me and stuff. I mean, I'm always willing to like.
Tom killed 5 chomos in the clink. Jesus.
People are just confidently wrong. People are just straight up confidently wrong.
I thought they had like a specific disagreement with me, so I was like,
Hey, it's Jess.
Jess, okay. What's up?
I missed most of the program because I was trying to be a boomer. Not trying to be, I was being a boomer. And so I've missed.
Oh, this person. This is like the mentally disabled person I was talking about earlier, who was like ruining this VC last night.
Most of your conversation, but I wanted to go back on the lolly thing if we're past that, then I'm sorry.
No, what's up?
The whole lolly thing, I understand.
You're on that forever.
Red flag, bloop. And then like Zonia, I don't know if Zonia's even there still, but Zonia said, wants power dynamic, bloop, red flag, you know what I'm saying? But my biggest issue is like, if someone watches lolly and they like announce it, you know, I don't announce what I watch, I don't go, hey, I watch this, but this person's announcing, and it's just like, but why? I mean, I understand. No, I don't understand why. I don't understand. Like, I understand you should be open. I understand the space. I'm getting to understand the space because Tom, if you have to know, I came from the commentary community, and if this had happened to food shops in the commentary community, you know, she would be in my obliterated dynamo. You know,
Right, like I don't understand. What is this dynamic of like the commentary community having a bunch of like these mentally disabled, substance abusing old women in it? What is the dynamic here? Because there's like there's Xylee, there's Aiko. Who else is it? I guess Stardust kind of fits that. She was actually coherent there. Maybe this won't be a good representation of what she was like in this VC last night. But no, but it's not Twitch poll. It's the commentary community. It's the commentary. I'm talking about the commentary community, right? There's like a bunch of these weird old women that hang around them, like Xylee. Xylee is like, you'll never explain to me how this person like hangs around with like Augie and Nicholas Diorio and shit. Where is it? Xylee gets real. Does she do a VTuber now? I think she does. I'll have to go back a bit. She's not showing her face here. I don't have to be able to find a picture. Fuck. No, I must have it in DM somewhere with DK. Oh, man, we're not going to stop this. We're not going to stop this. There we go. Okay. Explain to me why Nicholas Diorio and shit are hanging out with someone like this. Explain this to me. Make this make sense. What is the dynamic here? What is the dynamic here?
Yes. People have weird fucking fetishes, right? Part of like one weird ass fetish is people eating shit. That's part of their sexuality.
And that's immoral.
Yeah, exactly.
And we will never say that they're normal though. That's the point.
I didn't say that. No one said that. I didn't say they were normal.
I know, but I'm still stuck on
paraphilias.
Somebody, anybody, yeah, literally. Somebody, anybody. Make this make sense, please.
So I'm still stuck on what we're talking about, how we used to classify gay people as this, but now we don't.
Yes,
now
Xylee's voice is unbearable.
The point is that you're conflating some things as like, because it's a mental disability, it can't be a sexuality, or because it's a sexuality.
No, I can
None of
see
these things are true.
Oh fuck, we're on the wrong thing, aren't we? Shit.
I might explode it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is a problem that a lot of us have had with the commentary community many times, is that they like call everybody pedophiles over the smallest little things. And a lot of people over here were actually defending people like Flamenco and a bunch of other people numerous times. And Flamenco ended up like being more active in this community after his canceling over there before he just disappeared altogether. But yeah.
I can't really understand. Like, I mean,
I will not disappear
Mr. Sen, but like,
because
he had
I am epic.
Controversy with. Do you have any idea who Mr. Sen is? No. Okay. He's got like 29.
Don't do this. Foodshops, don't put all your faith in. Still.com, but you gotta not put all your faith into people.
It's just the thing is, like, people like him, but I still support him because I mean, he even admitted it. That like, yeah, I like this volley person. I was
like, what is this? What is the community here, man? Like, why? Her chat just be like, no, don't do this, food shops. Don't put all your faith in. Still love Tom, but you got to not put all your faith into people. Food shops, I don't want to see you get betrayed again. Oh, poor food shops. Poor food shops. What is the community here? It's so gross. It's like even worse than like Aiko's chat.
catfished and blah blah blah. But like, I mean, I come from a community where like I said, you're alive. But I do appreciate.
Is it bad to have faith in
we need to
people?
talk about these things. I mean, we need to talk about like everything. In my opinion, does that
No, it can't be Q people. It can't be Q people. This can't be a Q person.
make sense? Not talk about everything, but like as real people in the world. If you have a question or you have an issue, or I don't say issue because sometimes, but if you have a question, like a genuine question, then you should be able to ask it without, being like, well, you're a transphobe, which or you're this, which I'm not that. I'm asking questions. I just think, I'm sorry, I had no idea what you guys were talking about before, so if I'm totally off topic, I apologize.
Oh my god, get to the point. Get to the point.
You're trying to get rid of me?
No, I was just gonna say, this is probably like the 100th time around that we've gone through these conversations in my community, and sometimes it just gets a bunch of people super pissed off and heated, and they leave. And but for the most part, the people in my community all knew my positions on this stuff long before any of this ever happened. Last year around this time, there was a whole panel on things like this that kind of blew up, and we went over like lore streams recently where we went over that panel and what all happened there. And so yeah, there's this conversation comes up pretty often, and it is because of the like differences in colloquial usage for these words. And
but it's not just about Spurg voice though, is it? I feel like Q people wouldn't hang around a trans pedophile stream for very long, to be honest. I don't know, man. I thought that's how they would see it. That's how they would see it, and they would just sort of move on after Rich. You might get a bit of attention first, but oh really? There are some freaks in the Q community. Okay, well I haven't been around Corontos' community. Or just been in her chat.
And then medical definitions, it starts to get really confusing for a lot of people. And then actually looking into the research and
yeah, Tom Corday is leaking spicy because Sassafras put an invite to Chud's Discord in the general chat I saw earlier. So that's not good. There might need to be a bit of a purge, possibly. I'd start begging Rhinox to take action. I've just been glancing at it just now.
Into like what it is that people are saying, or what the research says is very different from what people assume. And so yeah, it's just it is like a harder topic for people to engage in.
Foodshops says get to the point when a whole brand is minutes long loops of schizo ramblings. Yeah, pretty much.
Which is why, again, I don't suggest people go have these conversations outside of here. But I think that the conversations are good to be had somewhere. So
yeah, of course. Like I know, I agree. I mean, I have best when I was friends, like not to TMI, but he would like he was in like which we haven't talked much. I think he was like inside of Peace Galleys, I think. But like anyways, that's regardless. I was like, tell me everything, but please don't tell me everything. I'm not type of friend like unconditional, but sometimes it's just like holy shit.
Oh my
god. But I mean, I don't know where I went with that. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like. It's like he's a guy, so it's not like I don't even know where I'm going with that. So cross that out. Sorry.
No, I don't want to join a Corontos VC. No. I won't even be joining Tom's VC again. Okay, I use my VC and I use Spicy, and that is it. That is all. That is the only place I want to go. I've seen what other places are like. I know the sort of fucking freaks that show up in other chats. No, I'm quite good with my well curated small community. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have to move on to the next person, but I appreciate you jumping on.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, you want in on that? Can I be at least normal before you guys talk?
Anything exciting planning for this? This is exciting for me.
Philly is muted.
This is funny as fuck.
Like, is this really how someone with POCD would be acting? Is this really how someone with POCD would be acting? What's funny about this? Like, she's not gaining anything from this. She's not gaining anything from this. She's not growing really. Kuih bolts immediately without home field advantage. That's not true at all. I went in and I stomped Mantis in Tom's VC last night, okay? Imagine talking to people on the internet. True. Spitting.
I'm more cautious. I appreciate you, Lynn. You're looking out for me, okay? I appreciate Lynn for looking out for me, okay? Lynn looking out for, fellow Asian sister, okay?
I'm so sorry. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I apologize. I'm retarded.
Oh, STD Pilly, let's go. Who loves a bit of fucking STD Pilly?
I had it deafened and muted, and then when I went to talk, like obviously it was deafened and muted, and then I went to mute stream, and I saw the message from you, like you're muted, and I tried to run back to Discord real quick, and it just was a whole mess. Like I really so I'm finally here. All right, so I'm not well versed in the topic. I'm not even going to pretend I am. I'm not going to pretend I've done any research, but I quickly did look up peak OCD, and it seems like there's a lot of different things that could fall into this category. There's a couple. I looked like 4 different websites, and like the signs and symptoms range from like you were saying, like people were saying earlier, the fear of like the actual fear of being a pedophile or being like attracted to kids, to other things like the fear of thinking that since you were an abuse victim that now that makes you some sort of pedophile. Like it's a lot of things that fit in there.
Too extra intensifies.
But I came to ask you. Basically, like, let's take Foodshops out of the equation. Like, let's erase our mind of everything you've been talking about.
That's what I'm trying to do, and just engage with like the ideas mostly.
I don't think STD Philly really says anything we care about. Okay, this is where we want to go to, really. This is where we want to be. So, guys, what we're going to get here, this is where the real content is, okay? It's about to pick up bigly. All right. Because what happens here is Stardust raids food stamps, and a Stardust raid is like the highlight of food stamps week. She's had 2 of them this week because she's been extra good. They've trauma bonded over spicy chat this week, so now Stardust is increasing the support for food stamps. So this hypes food stamps up. She's on top of the world after this. I'm gonna get an explanation of her POCD, and we're gonna get to talk with Stardust. Okay, so this is big. This is real content here. All right. So let's just watch from here. It won't take too long to get there, I don't think.
Hey, Jerry Johnson, welcome to YouTube chat.
Out in public daily or never share an opinion again. I think I would rather blurt out random intrusive thoughts.
Is he talking about intrusive thoughts?
Top 40 show, in my opinion, this doesn't go away. She's always going to be the lousy jerker. Maybe.
Ooh. Permanent allegation.
To be honest, I want to hear the conversation, and she wants to have it. You can't go more. Thank you for the $2 with cum zone. Appreciate it. Brandon Caballero with another $2, even more cum. Thank you. Tom 40 show, are you going to cover Foodshops talking with Zonia? I don't know, maybe.
Oh, food. Whoa. Chill.
That's 2x. That's 2x bet.
So tomorrow, J-Rub with another $2. Cisco Birds. Thank you, sir. Thank you guys for all the donos. Tom, do you enjoy being a sugar baby?
Tense
Joe, why do you have so many lustful fans?
Okay.
Lust over them. So lots of people just come here to enjoy lusting. Thank you. I want to know is when everybody. Yeah, I've heard tons of women saying.
Okay, the real thing is like
okay.
Zonia Foodshops stream with Tom as moderator win. Okay, the real thing is like do you really need a moderator? Like think about it. Like Zonia won't talk over me. I won't.
Tom gets so many donations. Why doesn't Kuihman get this many donations? I know, guys, come on now. What the fuck? Come on. No, look. Tom has a much bigger audience than me. I know I've got a lot of viewers right now, but Tom does actually have a much bigger audience than me. Because he can get this on a solo day. And this is like as high as I've been, aside from having Beckett and Zonia on yesterday. Reserve dollars for sex pest, sorry, based.
Won't talk over Zonia.
Half of viewers are Tom ninjas. That's true. That is true. Half of the people here right now are Tom people, because I'm covering a Tom orbiter.
Like what moderator?
We did pick up some Beckett viewers yesterday, I think, though.
Dude.
Please himself. I've heard tons of men say, I will never be able to please my wife the way that she's capable of pleasing herself. I feel like most people are well aware of this, and
Stardust as moderator, yes.
Oh, and that's not true. That's not true.
Maybe the rule can be this. No trap questions, and it should be pretty obvious, right? Like
this is funny. Okay, so what was a trap question for Foodshops? Let's hear. What does she feel like is a question that you can't ask her that is gonna trap her into saying something that won't look good either way?
It should be pretty obvious when you're asking a trap question to get a clip, right? Like if you're trying to farm a TikTok clip, or you're trying to farm like a YouTube short, it should be pretty obvious when you're just asking a question to farm a YouTube short, right? Like for example, here's a trap question. What part about Lolicon that makes you attracted to Lolicon? That's a trap question, right? So a moderator would be good for that.
So asking her why she's into Lolicon is a trap question. Asking her what is attractive about it, she considers that a trap question. So when Resi asked her that was a trap question, apparently. There was no way for her to answer that and look good. It's such a retarded, because she literally gave the worst answer. Like everyone has unanimously said, being attracted to the power dynamic is worse than being attracted to the body, because women, adult women, can have slender, slim bodies and fair skin, whatever the fuck, she said about what youthful features are. What did she say again? What was it? She was like, oh, they have young skin and beautiful hair, or whatever the fuck. Because adult women can have that, but adult women and adult men, or adult women and other adult women, whoops, slip of the tongue, cannot have the adult child power dynamic. So if you're attracted to that, that's worse. That is worse than being attracted to just like slim bodies or something like that, if you know what I mean. So there was a way to answer that properly, but she didn't. She gave the absolute worst fucking answer and then stuck by it and defended it again and again, and also said that she was attracted to the bodies.
Because the moderator can just go like, hey, hold on, that's a trap question, right? You're not supposed to ask stuff like that. Is it? Yeah, absolutely. You can, that kind of shit is like 100% like it's not useful to the discussion. It's not.
Should I walk back all the things she said to Resi? Yeah, she walks back, doubles down, walks back, doubles down. She flicks between the two non-stop. Because she's just trying to sort of obfuscate and get out of it, I think, at this point.
Whatever, like that, right?
So,
like it depends on which
Zonya is talking to her tonight, so that should be good content.
Context it's used in. But like I would say like 80% of the time, 85% of the time, it's like a trap question. Yeah. You want to engage with the points separate from sort of separate from like who you are and whatever, right?
But the whole point was about who you were. Like, the questions weren't about what's your thoughts on Lolly. Everyone knew your opinions on Lolly. The drama right now is about who you are. That is what this is about. It is about your interest in Lolly and whether you are a pedophile because of it. That's what people are arguing over. Or whether you've got red flags because of it. Yeah, the big picture red flag is that they want to be a content creator and build asymmetric power with an audience, which probably include young people too, so combat leadership and power. Yeah. Just also the erratic behavior, like being out of the job, now signing on to unemployment and just banking on becoming a full-time streamer with 15 live viewers usually. Like, that's just insane behavior. Anyone that does that, there's got to be something wrong, because that is just obviously retarded. Max got banned, so Foodshops could be shamed.
But yeah.
And are okay with that. So yeah, it seems like
I'm saying I wouldn't put it above Zonia. I'm just saying
this reads like someone who has never been with a woman or has woman friends. I don't know what Mind Waves is talking about.
Make it less personal, more about the topic. That's what I want.
This person said your whole premise is wrong. I'm pretty sure if women could orgasm in the first place, I would have seen it by now. So pretty funny.
Yeah, but she doesn't seem to get. Other people don't want that. Other people are talking about her. This drama's about her. It's about her interest in Lolly, right? She can't just suddenly separate it from herself. No, that the topic is literally about you and your interest in Lolly, not about Lolly as an abstract concept. Obviously, you have to discuss that sometimes. You have disagreements with someone, so that has to come into it as part of trying to figure out where people stand. But you can't just detach the entire drama from yourself. No, that's not how it works, retard.
This person obviously agrees with everything he said, except for the fact that he said almost, because it's not almost, it's always. Women are not doing what Smith says they are. What does that mean? They're not upset that they can't please their men as well as men can please themselves.
What I want to do is I want to open up like
upset about this. I think that they're jealous, even. They get jealous of Pamela Henderson.
I want to open up like a Hey.
Yo. Great work as always, bud. Always dipping your hands into the filth, so that we can keep our LS clean. Have a great stream, brother.
Thank you, Leggett Lanius, for the $6.90. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Steven can use MS Paint, okay? What I can use is Clip Studio Paint, okay?
So again, just trying to be like Destiny. So what we're gonna get here, we're gonna get the diagram explaining POCD. All right, guys. So buckle in. All right. Foodshops is gonna give us a diagram to explain the POCD. All right. So hopefully after this, we should be perfectly educated. There should be no more questions after this, surely. Why do these frigates do this? What does that mean?
So here is POCD. Okay. Fuck.
Okay, so
fuck. Fuck. Okay. There's different ways of talking about this, okay? Where's my tablet?
Okay, guys, please get your notepads out. Guys, be ready. Okay, this is important. You're about to get knowledge dropped on you. Okay.
Let me see.
God, she sucks. Yep.
Right.
Okay, so here's POCD. Cool. Okay, we can't quite write it. It's not kanji, so she's struggling. So much.
And then
she's
actual,
just true lolly.
PDF. Right. Actual PDF.
So POCD and then PDF. Okay, so this is pedophile.
I'm trying to envision this.
It is worse than Stardust, Naga. It is. I'll accept this now. It is actually. She's the one person that's worse than Stardust.
Because it's complicated. So actually, here. Mental health is really difficult to envision. Okay, and I'll let you guys how difficult it is to like actually envision. So this is OCD. Okay. And OCD can have multiple manifestations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Like here. All right. And one of these manifestations can be POCD. Okay. So POCD can be here. All right. Now POCD, this box can be right here. And POCD, OCD is primarily an anxiety disorder. Okay. So this is an anxiety disorder.
I think that's true.
Anxiety. All right. So POCD, all right, right here. And what is POCD specifically primarily anxious about? Okay. Stars has to unblock Arachnid from her chat before being a mod. Fuck. Okay. So what is POCD anxious about? It's anxiety on being, okay? It's anxiety on being, okay?
Okay, so it's anxiety on being PDF.
Anxiety on being, okay? So you can have anxiety on being a PDF, all right? But it does not, the implication is not there, okay? The implication is not there, all right?
What is the implication? What is the implication? The implication of being a PDF? Is that what we're saying? There's no implication of being a PDF from having POCD? I don't know if that's necessarily true. Someone that's exhibiting POCD signs, it's probably a higher chance they are actually a pedophile as well, right? Because if you're worrying about being a pedophile, it's more likely that you're a pedophile if you're worrying about being a pedophile than if you're not worrying about being a pedophile. Do you get what I mean? Like, if you're even thinking about that, there's probably a slightly elevated chance that it's true. You know? So that's not true. There is an implication here.
So, all right. So, yeah. However, PDF is right here, okay? So this is a completely different thing, okay? This is a completely different thing, separated off from OCD.
I'm personally anti-wood chipper discourse. I think it's very fucking cringe. That's just me.
Okay? This is separate.
Kuihman has never had to wonder whether he's a nonce. Very true, very true.
Off from OCD, all right?
Never been a question.
Now, somebody...
That is inaccurate, Kuihman. There's no higher correlation with the general population. I mean, source, I don't know how much study there even is on POCD. I think that, you know, the thing is that, yeah, sure, if you actually have POCD, but I mean, if someone is starting to exhibit signs of POCD, that there's a higher chance they will, I think, if they're reporting that. If they're reporting that they have POCD, there's a higher chance they're actually a pedophile. I would say that just logically follows. Because there's going to be some cases where it's mistaken, right? Where they, because I assume no one's diagnosed Foodshops with POCD, right? No one's like, and you can't like certainly check for it. So someone that is reporting it probably has a higher chance of actually being one. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? I feel like I'm voicing this really poorly, but I think you guys get the logic. Yeah, well, you can't get a diagnosis for POCD, right? There is no diagnosis for POCD. It's just like a term that may be used by like a psychiatrist therapist or something. Japanese, yeah, just a bit. Anyway, let's carry on with this. I think people get what I'm saying. We'll carry on.
Who is a pedo? Okay, somebody who is a pedo. All right, can consume lolly. Okay, they can consume lolly. All right, and somebody with OCD can also consume lolly. All right, does that make sense, guys? So you can have OCD.
Yeah, sure, Spud. Sure. Yes. I think we agree.
OCD, you can consume lolly. You can have pedophilia and also consume lolly. However, just because you have OCD and you consume lolly, that does not mean that you are a pedo. Does that make sense? So
like, no one's saying this. No one's saying this, are they? Let's go back. So exactly what she was saying.
Completely different thing. Separated off from OCD, okay? This is separated off from OCD.
This is obvious. Right? Everyone knows this. Being a pedophile is not having OCD, correct?
Somebody who is a pedo, okay? Somebody who is a pedo, all right, can consume lolly, okay? They can consume lolly, all right? And somebody with OCD can also consume lolly, all right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Okay, yes. Both people with OCD and being a pedophile, they can both consume lolly, okay.
So, you can have OCD, you can consume lolly, you can have pedophilia and also consume lolly. However, just because you have OCD and you consume lolly, that does not mean that you are a pedo.
So no one is saying that. No one is saying that. Literally not an argument that anyone is making. Nobody is saying if you have OCD and consume lolly, you're a pedophile. It's not an argument that is made. Some people might say if you consume lolly, you're a pedophile. I don't agree with them. But no one is saying if you have OCD and consume lolly, you're a pedophile. People are saying if you have POCD, it doesn't make sense that you'd be seeking out lolly over a sustained period of time, and also doesn't make sense that you'd be placing yourself in positions where you have to be defending yourself from accusations of being a pedophile. Just obviously. I feel like I repeated this so many times over the last few days. Starting to get tired of saying it. We may have to move on to a different drama in a few days because holy fuck, this is just, it's like the same retarded points again and again, no matter how many times different people challenge it.
Does that make sense? So you can have OCD, consume lolly, and not be a pedo. All right, you can have OCD, have POCD, all right, and consume lolly and not be a pedo. All right, does that make sense, guys? All right. So, and why might you consume lolly? All right, if you have, hello, hi.
So what did we get just then? What did
Makes sense,
stars cut
guys?
off from?
And consume lolly and not be a pedo. All right? Does that make sense, guys? All right? So, and why might you consume lolly? All right? If you have... Hello. Hi.
Doing a chart on lolly?
So she wasn't even saying anything, was she? She was just rambling, and then Stardust joined, and then she stopped.
What is the conclusion here? Do you have POCD? I don't know.
I have POCD.
Wait, you do have POCD?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah. I thought that was clear from the very beginning.
No, I thought you did, but I wasn't sure.
Stardust is just realizing how fucking terrible all of this looks. Because Stardust hasn't looked into any of this. She's been like defending Foodshops on loads of different streams, but she hasn't actually bothered to look into any of the fucking drama. She's like completely clueless. So she has no real idea about what Foodshops has been saying, and she's just realizing like how fucking terrible all this looks put together when you say you have POCD and you're joking off to Lolly and you're saying all the crazy shit she's saying. Just gradually realizing.
And then I know that Sonia was saying like, oh, somebody with POCD wouldn't act this way, they would do this, right? And I was like, I don't know that we can speculate on somebody else's disorder, you know?
No.
It's not auto-compassion, it's spicy victim trauma bonding, okay? Because Stardust was just going on about how I'm trying to get Foodshops killed by talking about this, and how the same people have gone after her, and all this shit. It is spicy trauma bonding.
So... yeah, hold on. I'll share the screen for you. So then we can both work through this together. Just to clear everything up from the very beginning. Okay, so I
just looked at the Foods chart. Is she insane? Jesus, yeah, it's crazy. Literally, it's just. Does it get worse? Yeah, it gets worse.
All right. Yeah. So basically, what's happening is God, see, I feel like people online are just not prepared to talk about stuff like this. It's just because, number one, because of how emotionally charged it is, but number two, it's also because of how complicated it is. Like, the fact that I have to draw a chart in the first place just goes to show, like, how complicated it is. Okay, so you can have, so OCD is an umbrella, okay? And, nobody diagnoses you with POCD. That's ridiculous. There is no diagnoses with POCD. There is no diagnoses for any manifestations of.
Yeah, so I saw, Jube, you talking to Food Stamps in Tom's Discord earlier briefly. I saw you try to tell her to, you know, it's not helping you carrying this on. But she didn't listen, obviously. And I just saw her popping off about, oh, you know, Twitch poll just isn't ready for this discourse yet. Twitch poll isn't ready for this discourse yet. It's like, bitch, Twitch poll's had this discourse 6 times before. The exact same thing, like 6 times before. What do you mean they're not ready for it? What a fucking retarded thing to say.
OCD, I don't think so, right? You can only be diagnosed with OCD, and then a doctor, sorry, not a doctor, a therapist or a psychiatrist can go like, yeah, I guess you have a manifestation of
trying to play 4D, but she's not trying to play 4D chess. She's trying to say that she's playing 4D chess, but she clearly has no idea what she's doing. It's just completely erratic, all of her behavior. Alright, catch you later, Langus. Watch having mental health disorders. Yeah, copium chess, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Of a certain thing, right? And whatever, right? And POCD is literally one of the most common manifestations of OCD out there. Yeah. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is that POCD belongs under OCD, and then you have anxiety. You have anxiety on being a pedo.
2100 ELO bullet chess based.
And that is attached, that is linked directly to OCD, and that will bring about POCD. And here's the thing.
So it is technically one of no. So it's technically, I looked this up after I said this because I had the same reaction. I thought, what an insane thing to say. It is one of the most common subsets of OCD because there aren't that many like clearly defined subsets of OCD, like named subsets of OCD. So it's about 10% of people who suffer OCD have POCD when I googled it. So it is one of the most common, but it's still only like below 10%. It's like 8 or 9%. Yeah, it's very low, but it is one of the most common. Now, when I looked up, it's let me find you this. POCD, most common OCD. Well, how common is POCD? Okay. So if you look there, we'll pull this up on screen actually. Okay. Do this quickly. Why not? Just on Health Match. Don't know what the fuck this website is, but you know, this is what happens when you Google it. I assume this is what she's read as well. So National Comorbidities Survey replication. Quarter of Americans have obsessions and compulsions at one point in their life. 1.2% of Americans have a form of OCD at any given time, which is about 1% of the population. And then among the most common forms of OCD is pedophilia obsessive compulsive disorder, POCD, with less than 10% of people reporting OCD symptoms of the disorder. So, yeah, it is one of the most common, but it's not common, if you know what I mean. One of the most common, but not common, because there's such a broad range of different compulsions and shit that it could be. So there aren't many grouped, defined subsets, I think is how this works. I think. Don't take my word for it. I'm a fucking retard. But that's my understanding.
Pedos will consume lolicon. Sorry, they will consume lolly, right? Now, if you are somebody with OCD or POCD who are into petite women like I am, right?
Yeah,
you will
caveat,
also
exactly.
consume lolly. However, just because I am into petite women and I have POCD and I consume lolly does not mean I am a pedo, right? That does not logically follow, if that makes sense. Because yeah, all it means is...
Sounds like a bunch of comic gobbledygook, basically, yeah. Listen, I don't even buy in psychology, really. I think psychology is all kind of bullshit, but as long as we're engaging with the definitions, that is what it says.
That I have anxiety on being...
No, POCD is not pure OCD. Pedophilia OCD is what we're talking about, yes.
A PDF. Sorry, I have anxiety on being a pedo.
Yeah, so here Foodshops says several times she's into petite after Stardust the other night, saying that people who are into petite are like, you know, super sus and more dangerous than people who are into lolly. It's just so crazy. Just like completely shuts the fuck up.
In there, but it does not logically follow that I am a pedo. For example, I know that during, for example, actual pedophiles discover that they are into kids when they are in their
psychology's all bullshit. It's all made up.
How do you say puberty stages? I never had that. I never went through that. Yeah, I just literally never went through that.
What was that?
For example, actual pedophiles discover that they are into kids when they are in their how do you say puberty stages.
So this is untrue. Pedophilia develops at varying different stages of life. So this is just untrue.
I never had that. I never went through that. Yeah, I just literally never went through that. Yeah. And I know that the women that I'm into are all literally like
trying to run cover for lolly, so stigmatizing / body shaming petite women. Shut the fuck up, Naga. Trash adults. I don't know. See, the thing is, I think she actually does think the petite thing beforehand, before the lolly stuff. I think she thinks that anyway, I think it's you know, insecurity. I think she's lashing out at other women a little bit.
They all have like at least like B-size breasts, and
at least B, guys. She can't be a pedophile. She likes at least B-sized breasts.
Yeah, and etc. Obviously, I'm going to graphic, basically, I'm going to personal details here about like what kind of type of woman I'm into and stuff like that. But I have to, right, for the sake of clarification. So literally, I'm talking about like what kind of petite, you know, woman I'm into, right? So I have to like.
I found how many kids. Exactly, Atari. It makes no fucking sense. Stupidest argument ever.
Like, clarify. So yeah, it's literally like, yeah. So when I say that I am into lolly and I'm into like the power difference in lolly, it is literally.
She's making a lot of up as she goes along. You can hear the gears in her head churning out BS as she speaks. Yep, absolutely. That's how it comes across. It's like Lav. It's like Stardust. They all talk the same. They're all just talking out their ass. They do not know anything that they're talking about before they say it. It's just on the spot. Like, can I try to string something that sounds convincing? Try to string something together that gets me out of the situation. Every single conversation.
Only the power difference in lolly, and not the part where it's like the lack of the secondary sexual whatever the fuck of lolly, right? But the reason why like somebody like me might be into lolly is like the power difference, right? Where it's like the dom and the sub. However, what a reason why an actual pedo might be into lolly is because
so this has been pointed out before. Even if you accept that pedophiles are defined by their attraction to the bodies of children and not the minds, which isn't true. Even if you accept that, all she's saying here is that she's more of a predator than she's more like a predator than she is like a pedophile, right? Because she's saying, oh no, you see, I'm not attracted to the bodies of children. I'm attracted to the power that an adult has over a child. Okay. That's not better. In fact, that's possibly worse.
Yeah, I'm into the
Yeah, exactly. She said lolly is top 5, and she said lolly's not even top 3. It's like top 5, and teacher student is like super duper. Yeah, like that's the pinnacle. Yeah, like the two power dynamics mixed. That's the best it gets.
Lack of sexual secondary.
And then Stardust was coping for her on stream, saying, "Oh no, she's just into teacher student." It's like, no, she said the mix makes it better. She's not just into teacher student. That's not the case.
Characteristics, which is like the real red flag, right? However, it is mental health and sexual attractions are so complicated to the point where there's probably some people out there who are into the lack of secondary sexual characteristics and still not be a pedo. Like they might be into like incredibly big thighs and butts and shit like that, but then they're into like 30-year-old big thighs and butts, but into like literally non-existent breasts and shit like that, right? It's so complicated. It's just so complicated.
It's really not that fucking complicated. What she's saying here is really not that complicated. She's not really saying much at all, to be honest. Like, this is always just her cope. So complicated. It's so complicated. It's all just so complicated. You know, you just have to have a higher IQ to engage in this conversation. There's literally nothing she can say anyway. No, not at this point. Not at this point, no. Maybe she'd handle it better from the start. She wouldn't look so fucking bad now. But now she is just failing. She just needs to drop it. Drop it. Move away. Stop talking about lolly. Stop sounding so fucking weird.
And for somebody...
there are people who are into like gender neutral stuff, right?
Yes.
And that
yes,
would indicate
exactly.
like, you know, there's no specific characteristics of that gender neutral person that makes them look male or female.
Yes.
That is in a sense a lack of like secondary sexual characteristics.
2 variables equals severely complicated.
But it's not specifically about, you know, inappropriate like to young people, you know?
Yeah. So the reason why I don't chime in literally every single time when somebody gets a fact wrong is because I sort of looking at it from like a third person observer's view where I could chime in whenever someone has something wrong, but I find it sort of interesting, like just looking at it and going like, oh my god, it is people discoursing it and getting things wrong, I feel like is the best way for people to learn rather than somebody giving them all the answers from the very start. I don't
Like, what is this delusion? You think you're going to give people the answers? You haven't given it. You can't even answer questions about yourself, let alone questions about these abstract, you know, weird niche areas of psychology. Like, it's so insane. It's so crazy. Yeah, she doesn't make any sense. She never says anything. She never says anything. It's just gibberish constantly. I can't believe that people don't call her out on it more often. Like, how is I know Stardust probably going to call her out on it because Stardust probably can't even, you know, tell when someone's making a point. She doesn't engage in conversations generally. She just sort of, you know, sits there with a face like a slapped ass, getting racially abused by groper teenagers. It's not even God. I don't even think she believes it. I think it's just a front.
know. Like I feel like it's just interesting to see how people develop their expectations.
Good stream, buddy.
Thank you, Spudgum, for the $6.90. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I don't want to give people answers from the off the bat because I feel like that's too easy for them. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Is
this in response to something that Tom was saying on the stream?
Well, this is mainly just this is just mainly something educational overall because lots of people are saying, well, also partly due to that, some people say something like, oh yeah, why are you saying you have POCD but then you're also into lolly? Doesn't that mean like it's less about the anxiety portion and it's more like, oh, you might actually be an actual pedophile? And I'm like, no,
so no one who goes, oh, I'm a master manipulator, I'm a mastermind, they're never actually good at it. It's just fronting for like trying to look cool or interesting or like trying to, you know, seem as though they're more in control than they are. Like it's a cope, like they're latching on for like the feeling of control in a situation that they can't quite, you know, navigate.
Does not necessarily, right? You could have POCD, be into lolly, and that does not mean you're an actual pedo. Yeah. So I'm like basically I'm refuting that. That's what I.
Okay, you might say that all the time, be clear or something like that, but at some point someone has to go to her, listen, you're a fucking retard and you talk like a retard. Everything you never say anything. At some point someone just has to say that to her. Okay.
I'm saying
it's crazy.
Yeah. So also Trip in chat says, Foodshops, what about the teacher-student dynamic, but the student still looks grown? Is that the same type of power dynamic? Yeah, that's a power dynamic thing, right? Okay. Because also, by the way, I'm not actually like that much into that. Like, I feel like I tossed that around, and I regret tossing that around. I really regret tossing that around, like the teacher-student thing. Yeah, but obviously, like the kind of porn and
that's the part you regret tossing around. That's the part you regret talking about is the teachers. Dude, what?
It is sort of similar, right? Like the dom sub shit. Yeah. But yeah, whenever there's teacher student similar anything like that, I'm always talking about like a dom. There's always a dom and there's always a sub, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this stuff just fucking melts people's brains. That's for sure. Man.
Seems to melt yours.
Does, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How are you doing otherwise?
Me?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm fine. At this point I'm reverse farming because
this is just crazy code. Reverse farming. Let's just immediately pull this up. Let's just quick fact check. Patriot fact check. Spicy OCD segment confronted. So that's the bit we're watching right now. Released 1 hour ago. It's saying 6 views there. What's the actual view count on it? So it is 6 views. 1 hour ago. So this is farming, apparently. This is with a premiere. So that's anyone that clicked on the premiere, that would have counted a view while it was airing. So only 6 people. Okay. Cool. So you're not counter farming at all, are you? There's no farming happening here. What is the yield you're getting from the farm? What are you harvesting? Because usually farming would be getting viewers and content. So what are you managing to harvest here? I love how everyone who actually talks to Foodshops about this topic gets incredibly quiet, and everything becomes super awkward because what she's saying is so fucking weird. Yeah. I didn't see the diagram until it was finished. Yeah. It's just like, how would you even begin to interpret this if you hadn't watched her draw it? I mean, I watched her draw it and I still don't know how to interpret it, really. I'm going to be honest.
Because at this point, I in my heart, I truly do feel like I won the drama. Like it's just like the other side just looks absolutely ridiculous.
She feels like she won the drama, and the other side looks ridiculous. Do we even need to contend? Like, what world is she living in? Is she reading the same chats as me? Is she seeing the same, outcome as me? Are we living in separate worlds?
Now at this point, yeah, like every single time I engage with the other side now, like it just seems like they're desperate for my attention.
Everyone's desperate for your attention. Oh my god, dude, she just okay. And
whenever I don't give them attention, like they just go insane.
What?
Which makes them look even more ridiculous. Like because people always refer to me as like the lolcow.
Yeah.
But then if anything else, like I feel like they're the lolcow, I guess.
Yeah, you're right.
If anything else. And then I'm just like sitting back, reclining back on my chair and just like watching them go.
This is a phase that every lolcow does this. They go through a moment where they're like, no, I'm not the lolcow. The 8 logs are the lolcows. It's like, no, dude, come on. Like, everyone can see what's going on here. Everyone can see that you're neurotically replying to every piece of criticism about you. We can see you spazzing the fuck out. You can see you having to defend yourself from pedo accusations for like over 2 weeks now.
And yeah, I just find the entire thing sort of really funny. And that's about it. And now I'm just like sort of just farming them now. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah. They didn't get what they want. And what they wanted is for
this is the big bit. Here we go.
For me to quit. So yeah.
We don't no one wants you to quit. Well, some people probably do. I don't need to quit. I'm farming. I am actually farming. I'm actually farming. I am farming so hard off this drama right now. And have been for over a week. Why would I want you to quit? Why would I want you to quit?
True.
They again, one of the key phrases that I remember is for me to get unchained sicked, and I didn't get unchained sicked. So there you go.
So no one ever said this. No one ever said she wanted to get done. We wanted to get her done like sick. Okay, and she obviously doesn't know what happened with sick. I genuinely don't think she knows what happened with sick. But we'll see. She'll start talking about it.
There you go. All right, I'm still here. And I just and recently I surpassed Unchained Sick in subscriber count. So
good job. You have passed a guy who quit in subs. Congratulations.
Suck it. Yeah.
Nice.
I have extended beyond. Yeah. Good luck trying to get rid of me.
True.
Let's try and get rid of you.
All right. Yeah.
Well, anyways, I'll go. I'll see you.
Okay, I'll see you around. Yeah, thanks
Bye.
for dropping by. Bye.
Brandon Caballero for $5 said, after like 1 year, I've finally gotten other people to super chat. Love when a plan comes together. Nice. Well done. We just want a little O as a treat. Sass, this he's not saying anything.
I love Stardust.
About the orgasm.
I really do.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
You're on a different
topic.
So
she's on her phone for a minute here, then she'll carry on.
Turn me on. I tell women.
Mental health crises.
Okay.
What happened to Sick? Sick suffered mental health crises off of bottom feeders bullying him off the internet.
That's me and Spicy Chat. Bottom feeders. So
happened to Sick? Sick suffered mental health crises off of bottom feeders bullying him off the internet. And
so
yeah,
bullied off the internet.
Yeah, Sick basically went through criticism and the same kind of shit that I went through. But I guess the difference between me and him is that he did not survive and I did.
So Sick did not survive. Sick succumbed to his mental health crisis. So for those who don't know, there were a bunch of different beefs with Sick, and I made fun of him for the fact that he admitted that he tried to rape his 8-year-old sister when he was 12. I made fun of him for that, and the fact he admitted to downloading child porn when he was a child himself, and the fact that he would continuously get drunk on streams, and the fact that he sexted Lav and then made a 60-minute documentary about her in response because she cucked him during sex. I made all that stuff's true about Sick. That's all true. When he was 12, he tried to rape his 8-year-old sister. It was after when he was 8, his 12-year-old cousin tried to rape him. So it was like a trauma being passed on thing, I guess. That's his defense. I'm just being fair here. And he also tried to download child porn when he was a child, which his stepfather found out about and hated him for. And then he had a bunch of drunk streams where he embarrassed himself, which I made fun of. And then he got outed for having sexted Lav before he made the documentary on her. And then what happened was he got really drunk one night and he went on this girl called Okai's stream, and he was like belligerently drunk, and he was going off about how oh, I bet you fucked your old landlord, I bet you fucked your landlord for rent, I bet you didn't pay rent, you just fucked your landlord, all this shit over and over again with a boyfriend in the call and shit. And then I recorded that stream and showed it to a couple of people in Spicy Chat, and he had a bit of a moment about his drinking, and then he decided after that he was going to stop engaging online. Is that why Okai changed her name? Not sure. No idea.
So yeah.
Thoughts on the FNAF Spicy takeover? I saw a bit of it earlier, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
That's what happened.
Hit that, she's freaking hot, or have like a
Also, I remember when Sick admitted to locking his child in a room, his disabled child in a room, when he was on stream with Lav. She said he locked her in a cupboard, and Sick was like, I didn't lock her in a cupboard, I shut her in a room sometimes because she's some shit like that. It was like fucking crazy.
resume of
Dude,
hot
Sick's
babes,
such a wild
yes,
guy.
This is an ego
Okay.
thing.
For her safety. Okay, for her safety.
All right, never
guys
mind.
that-
Okay. Tom is done. So okay, all right. We done Tom. Okay. What did Wick?
Okay.
Jesus.
Welcome, one and all,
This
to
is
yet
a-
another episode.
Okay, she watches this retarded fucking men's rights panel for a while. So let's skip to when that's done. Oh wait, no, there's one good bit in the middle, I think. Oh yeah, here we go.
My story about the state of the job market, or the things that I've suffered, indicating how I should be supported. So I guess it's my fault for getting forced in a no-fault state.
I mean, that's fair.
Yes.
I mean, but that's who here hasn't, right? Oh, well, maybe some of you have never been the stay-at-home dad, or the stay-at-home husband, or things like that, or the stay-at-home partner. You get judged for it a lot.
Yep.
I remember when I was
for several years.
Yeah, I remember when I was in my 20s. Okay, I was in a situation where my partner was making a lot more than me, right? It didn't make sense for me to be the breadwinner in that. Like, they had property and money, and I didn't. And I remember getting all sorts of shit for that. Like I was less of a man because I wasn't stepping up to the plate, and I should be the one, right? And it caused problems within my relationship too, because again, the partner was like, well, you really should be transitioning to be the one that's supporting me, right? And things like that. And yeah, it's a lot. And I don't think I'm alone in that. I don't think I'm the only person with that kind of story. I think that in any relationship, even today, men are going to be looked down on if they take a more supportive role by society as a whole. Does anyone disagree?
I think it's getting better as far as I think more men are able to be like a stay-at-home dad or not the primary breadwinner. I think it's getting better. Do I think it's in any significant way accepted? No, but the time's absolutely changing.
I think we need to have a standard form prenup for professional men. If you ever get a job and then are in a relationship for over 5 years, you need to have some kind of a explicit agreement because the courts aren't going.
Guys, can I show you guys something?
Okay, here we go. So this is Tom's Discord last night after I ended stream. I got called in there to be confronted, and we ended up just watch partying Foodshops stream for a bit. It's as you can see here, there's Kenny from Spicy Chat. Some people may know him, was on stream last night. I don't know who this guy is. We've got Extreme Dad in there. I'm in there, obviously. We've got Female Mantis. We've got Growling Arachnid, who's in chats a lot. That Shelby person. And Zonya sitting there and watching Foodshop stream, laughing at being a pedophile. So, this is Tom's Discord, spicy chat. Yep.
Shh, don't tell them. Don't tell them. This is what's going on in Tom's Discord server right now. Okay? They're watching my stream from tonight. Right now. They're watching my stream from tonight, right now. My reaction to Tom's stream. In Tom's Discord server. Okay?
Yeah, but how many views you're not getting? How many views are we taking there?
I see Sulfur or Max, Zonia, Kuihman, Extreme Dad, Michelle Boner. They're having a watch party. That's cute. All right, that's about it.
Gonna be your friend.
Yeah. But let's talk. This is a good chance to transition to some systemic issues, right? When it comes to what the problems men have in society systemically, what do we think those ones are, right? We talked a little bit, we had a super chat earlier about the education system, right? Men are underwater when it comes to getting degrees, going to college.
Men just like some.
Not only are they getting accepted to college less, they're graduating less, they're wanting to go to college in the first place less. This is on a downward trajectory, a pretty severe one, and it has been for the last 10 years or so, right? Maybe 5. I'd have to look at the exact stats again. We have the court system, right? Again, there's plenty of evidence out there that when it comes to things like custody, when it comes to things like that, men do have some slight advantage. We talked about the prison system, right? There's a big disparity when it comes to who gets harsher sentences for the same crime. What are some other systemic issues that maybe we haven't talked about that men have faced? What do you think?
I got one. This is really going to tickle you. Women graduate from STEM at an abhorrently low 16%. But women are 24% of the employed. And you can take this a number of different ways. You can say, okay.
You don't see her yelling obscenities in that VC with those people in there? Is that what she's doing? Is that what she's doing?
Well, the women who survive this incredibly toxic environment of the STEM education field are just going to be more badass. And maybe that's true. But this is an interesting systemic observation that despite being an incredible minority of people graduating with STEM degrees, women are supported in the workforce. On the other hand, we have women reaching almost basic parity in MBA degrees. In Master's of Business Administration, there are a lot of women graduating with those degrees, they're going to leadership, but they are still behind in terms of income. And maybe these two stats kind of indicate that employers, this is sort of a libertarian argument, but employers are literally excited to pay women less for the same job.
I have a question, because this is going to depend a lot on how people answer this. Does anyone here disagree that men and women kind of, on some levels, fundamentally will gravitate toward different fields?
I disagree. It's the bell curve. I mean, you can't say that men and women are categorically different because of a slight preference per population in one direction or the other.
There's more than one thing at play in men and women making those decisions differently. Some people would say that there are male fields and female fields because there are a lot of women in them. It's like a critical mass thing. But I think it's more so that there are some jobs that do actually privilege being male or female, like being a bartender privileges female. In a lot of different situations, you're going to manual labor is going to privilege more males than females. Like there are things that cluster naturally like that, where it's just like you're going to make more money, you're going to last longer. But then there are other ones where it's just like women are willing to make certain choices in life and not other choices, and men seem to be ready to make a lot of like choices that sacrifice their body, but not ones that sacrifice their dignity. I know, like my dad, when he fucking stopped being HVAC, fucking got a DUI, he can't do his trade properly anymore. He refused to work under a boss because that was like a shame thing for him. If he can't get over that, he's not gonna be able to get that. Most women don't bring that type
Dude, holy fuck, I cannot listen to Tuna Chip talk for this long. Dude, come on now. Okay. Is this when she tries to join?
Guys. What if I pull the Foodshops? For fun.
I think she's gonna. I think this is where she tries to join the VC.
First, let me see the rules. Are you allowed to stream in the voice chat? In Tom's voice chat?
There's Extreme Dad baiting her in there. Yes, you can join.
Oh no.
Pulling at Foodshops? I believe that would be illegal.
We're doing a lot of react section right now. It seems. We're all just reacting to each other.
Oh, the Space Invader shit. You mean being an annoying pest that no one wants to talk to? Yeah, I know what you mean. I've heard her talk about that before. Yep. Yep.
This is too spicy. What the fuck?
But people talk shit about the stream centipede shit, but honestly, that's the best content. The internal meta drama between different egotistical internet personalities, that is the fun part of this content. No one actually gives a fuck about the politics. No one gives a fuck any gay philosophy shit. It's about watching people build relationships and then tear them down, you know? That's what it's all about. Yeah. I know, but people say it negatively, is what I'm saying. I know you're not necessarily saying it negatively, just describing the reacception sort of thing. But what I'm saying is people say, like, you know, it's just like recycling content, but that's the fun. That's the fucking fun of streaming. Sitting here, pulling up someone's stream while they're live, antagonizing them a bit, jumping on, arguing with them, getting into a shouting match, calling them transphobic slurs. That's the fun. That's the fun, really. Okay, so this is like so much dead air. It's so crazy. I hate people who eat on stream as well. Gross.
Okay.
Yeah, great point. Very insightful. Seriously, can't even bother muting them, like, just chill like a cow. Rob says, do you think Foodshops saying Tom's trying to stick up for her in order to be nice because she's prone to disown Tom when he never says something bad about her? No. I think Foodshops is trying to, she thinks Tom's audience is the most pliable to back her up. So she's saying, Tom agrees with me, to try and win over that audience. Try and make them think that, well, you know, like, try and make them fall in line, if you know what I mean. I think that's why she's saying it. Because I saw her do it in the Discord as well.
Oh, only the top level discourse. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
Then she also watches Lelicon, not really the POCD point specifically, correct?
Oh,
She's here, you can ask her.
Is this a stream okay room? I don't know if it is.
Surely. Everybody's here has been if Mantis will calm down.
No, this is a community C. I don't think we're supposed to be streaming from this one.
Hang on, are you streaming Foods?
Yes.
Yep.
Should I ask Tom if it's cool?
I told her it was fine. I told her it was fine. No, it's fine.
Extreme said it was fine.
So yeah, here she joins, and people are like, "Oh, is this against the rules? You're allowed to stream in here? Is that okay?" And Zonya's kind of spazzing out about it. I wish she'd kind of stayed, because, you know, it would have been funny to hear a bunch of people in the VC just start screaming at her. But no, what happens is she gets kicked here. So
you're not a mod.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Shut the fuck up.
There you go, and it's over.
Cringe.
Never mind. Stuff like that tends to play. Yeah, I just gotta say this real quick. Just so we're clear, I'm not sure how relevant it is, but the wage gap, when people talk about how like getting paid for the same job, that's just complete bullshit, right? Like how they come up with that number is they take the total collective incomes of all men in the country and compare the total collective incomes of all women in the country, leaving out the careers and leaving out the fact that women work less.
Let's go to later in the stream now.
W panel W content tonight, man. Oh, thanks. Who do you play in ROR 2? All the characters. Is there any character I don't play? I like playing sniper. I just really like sniper characters. Oh. I'm a huge mercenary NG main base. Alright, we're gonna turn music on, guys. Because the music is fucking bass in this game. We're just gonna We're just gonna chill. We're just gonna chill. I'm gonna chat with chat. All right, I'm gonna chill. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take out my contacts. See, contact's gone. All right, give me a moment. Be right back.
Okay, chat stream. I just replied to messages, so we'll just skip ahead here. Is this just gaming? We just on gaming? Just gaming.
The very beginning after you die. So it's like completely skill based. I think so. Oh my god, there's too many.
It's literally just gaming for hours. Oh, here we go, here we go. We get like some more spicy chat stuff here.
I should not have died.
Listen, I'm also like a hard stuck silver maximum basically on every game player. Okay, so who knew food stamps would get us through to Food's age? So true.
That fast. Dude, I feel like the more I see of Mantis Repairman, the more I'm glad I actually banned this guy from our Discord server.
Oh no! Oh no! Mantis, no!
Like, have you guys? Okay. This guy is unhinged. This guy is unhinged. All right. So before Rezi and I burn our bridge, he already warned me against him because he A-logged.
Freytavir warned Foodshops about Mantis. Dude.
Like multiple servers apparently, according to him. And he's just not
Mantis, the top A-log. The top A-log of every Twitch poll Discord server. Holy shit.
He's just not very contributive to like any streamers community in like any positive manner, like you guys. Sorry, as in you guys are good, but he is like the opposite of that basically, right? Like if you guys want to foster a good community, and what I'm looking for in a good community is like people who are positive and people who are willing to give out compliments, who are willing to contribute a positive atmosphere, who are willing to, you know, pat each other on the back. But you and Rezi broke up. Yeah, wait, yeah. But you know what's not good behavior is this. All right. So this was leaked to me before a long time ago. But, you know, at this point, it doesn't really...
Leaked. It's just spicy chat messages.
...really matter.
So this is... Mantis asking Ryzek, what is your job? Again and again.
Here is Mantis Repairman in spicy chat. Constantly asking a person that he was pissed against, what is your job? over and over and over and over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Against anybody he doesn't like, what is your job? What is your job?
It's not against anyone he doesn't like, it's just Ryzek. It was just Ryzek.
What is your job? What is your job? What is your job? What? That is unhinged. That is unhinged.
Guys, we've got 101 people right here. Guys, that's crazy, okay? Please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and send a donation if you can. Thank you very much.
Look at this. What is this?
Okay, do your job. Okay, do your job. Okay, do your job.
Oh, it's different people? No, this is the same person, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. This is the Mantis that Alex doesn't want to be like mistaken for. Like you can clearly see why like you don't want to be mistaken for this person, right?
Yep, you can.
This person is unhinged.
That point there.
Okay, do your job. 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 Okay, do your. Okay.
Dude, Mantis won so hard. Sorry, Mantis. Ryzek. Mantis owned you, bro. Mantis owned you. Sit down, little bro. Okay.
Okay, do your job. Like some kind of like horror movie, horror game, like some kind of horror game monster who has like some kind of
What the hell?
Like some kind of horror game monster who is like a broken record. Like you have like the sound design where they repeat like a same phrase over and over again to scare the player. Like that is Mantis Repairman in this instance. Like they repeat the same thing over and over again, like a scary, unhinged shit. You know what I mean?
It's not. It's not. What?
Like in some kind of horror game, or some kind of horror movie or some shit, except real. You know?
Mantis is like a slasher villain.
Yeah.
What's an A-log? Oh god, now you're testing me. It's a contraction of, I believe, Anthony Loggins, who was a guy who would fuck with Christian, I believe. And it is now, A-log is now used to describe someone who baits and interacts with lolcows to, you know, get a reaction or to make them spaz out.
Like this is like some schizo shit, right? But yeah, this is the so which makes me glad, right? Because the reason I bring this up is because I the more I see of their behavior in other servers, the more I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I banned them from my community, right? I mean, chances are like obviously a lot of other people A-log our server already.
What? Dude, I check Foodshops server to see if there's anything going on, see if she's saying any more stuff about, you know, deciding on unemployment benefits or anything like that. No one's A-logging in there. It's all just like trans people and chasers.
You know, already, right?
Yeah, there's like 5 people who like regularly post on Discord, 5 to 10 people.
Right, because yeah, they want to catch any one instance of like a slip up or like any one instance of like oh my god, oh Foodshops said something, blah 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 blah, right? But like this one person is particularly unhinged, like particularly unhinged. Yeah, and not good for any streamer community. And just like a heads up that like if any streamer, you know, has Mantis Repairman in their community, is generally like if you want to foster a good community, I don't know, very sus, you know.
Oh man, dude, Mantis is just like this parasite that just will destroy your community from the inside out. He's that powerful, dude. Holy shit. This 120-year-old Indian man-child incel will destroy your community.